by unanimous pick this week, as they got all 10 first-place votes, are opening their home season for 1990 against the 6th-ranked team from Arkansas, the Eldorado Wildcats. And here we go. Brad Laird is your quarterback. And we're all set to get it rolling here. And Laird rolls to his right, puts a pass out. It's complete out in the right flat to Derek Payne, number 33. Payne's out across the 25-yard line, up to maybe the 26 or 27 before he's driven out across the way in front of the Eldorado Wildcat bench. And a good tackle made over there, I believe number 16, that was Carlos Meeks for the Wildcats. It'll be second down and about 5 yards to go. The first play of the ball game, a little swing pass to his running back, Derek Payne from Brad Laird. They set up on the far hash, split this left end out. That's Carr, put a man in the slot to the side. That's Summerall. And Laird turns and gives to Malcolm. Ramon Malcolm breaks it into the clear to the 35. He is running to this near side. He's to the 40, to the 41-yard line. As Malcolm started right, then cut back to his left and came to this near sideline. He's out for a big gain to the 41-yard line. First down, Bearcats.
Malcolm showing his moves early. As Bob said, they started from the far hash mark. The ball, Malcolm was cutting even to the right side. Came across midfield, had one man to beat. Blocker had in front of him, missed the assignment. Malcolm tried to stiff arm him, go for the big one, but yet picks up first down nonetheless.
On this near hash, here we come. Right end split out, man in the slot. That's Summerall, and Laird drops straight back, setting up a little screen pass. It's complete to the 45, midfield, 45 of Eldorado. Down to the 43-yard line goes number 83, Brian Mason, the big tight end. And we say big, 6'1", 220, a senior.
He had a wall in front of him as Mason stepped back from his tight end slot, and the screen was set up in front of him. Nick Nealon's out front, Tim Collier, 230 pounds, 220 pounds, respectively there. Bonner Siemens, 250, and Brian Mason is 220. That is a 15-yard pickup as another first down for the Bearcats.
At the 44-yard line of the Eldorado Wildcats, here they come to the line with a wingman set to this left side. Laird rolls to the right, though, looks for a receiver, shoots it downfield to Mason once again. It's complete down near the 40, down near the 33-yard line. It's going to be very close to another Bearcat first down, depending on the mark, as Laird is on the mark so far tonight, Rick.
He is indeed, as the Bearcats pick up the first down there as he goes to Mason on that. The Bearcats coming out well-oiled on this drive, mixing it up in runs and short passes, all for big gains.
Well, 2 plays in a row. He's flip-flopped Mason from one side to the other. The last time on this left side, a little screen pass. This time on the right side, a little pass out in the flat, and it's first down and 10 at the 33-yard line of the Wildcats. Here come the Bearcats to the line. Double wing set to this left side. Laird rolls this way. He's got a man out there. It's complete to Summerall to the 30. Summerall 25. Summerall 20. Flags go down. Summerall loses the ball out of bounds, but he will be Bearcats ball, and it looks like we may either have a clip or a hold against Ruston.
And possible hold there as Summerall was trying to get to the outside here and get extra yardage. The ball was fumbled, but it went out of bounds, so it should stay in Ruston's possession. But the Bearcats are walking backwards, and
looks like, Rick, a big play will be nullified as they're talking to the Eldorado captains right now. 2 flags are down, one at the 24, one out at the 31. As it stands, it would be enough for a Bearcat first down at the 19-yard line of Eldorado, but the penalty is coming up.
Wildcats are going to provide a very good early test for the Bearcats this season. As we know, they're coming in. They're always perennial powerhouses for Arkansas. This year, though, they're the biggest I've ever seen in the last 3 years, Bob.
They are a huge high school football team. A clipping penalty was assessed against the Bearcats, brings the ball back out to the Wildcat 39-yard line. It'll be first down and 15 at the Wildcat 39. And the Bearcats come to the line with a double wing to the right side. Split John Carr out to the right also. Ball on this near hash. Laird drops back. He's got a man wide open. Malcolm, 10-5, touchdown. Ramon Malcolm wide open at about the 13-yard line, and Laird is also down on the field.
Laird paid the price. He hung out long enough for Malcolm as the blitz was on from the cornerback from Eldorado, number 16. He laid out Laird. Laird, however, got the ball, a 39-yard completion for a touchdown as Bearcats scored quickly in the first period. That was number 16 on Eldorado that just came in and waylaid Laird. And Carlos Meeks, 175-pound junior. Laird is up and walking off. And here we go with the point after. 39-yard touchdown pass.
He has been on the mark so far tonight, but a little groggy as he comes off the field right now. Metzger is in to try to kick off, and down the field they come, with also a 15-yard penalty against them thrown in. The snap, the place, it's kicked, it's up, it's good. As they come back up the field, we'll take a break for 30 seconds. It's Ruston 7, Eldorado nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
This to play in the first period. The Ruston Bearcats just scored. We are at 7-0. It was Ramon Malcolm, a 39-yard pass from Brad Laird. Michael Metzger put it through the uprights. Point after, good. 81-yard drive on the opening kickoff. 5 plays, 21... 2 minutes and 14 seconds. It wasn't 21 first downs on that drive. Couldn't have been. It was so far 96 yards total offense. Bearcats got 80 through the air and 16 on the ground. Our score 7-0 Bearcats over the Wildcats with Metzger to boot it off.
Okay, we've got 3 deep men back, and it's coming to this near side to number 86 at the 20. 25 and out of bounds at the 26-yard line, and that is Ray Boggs on the return for Eldorado, and we've got a flag down.
Rodney Young on the tackle there. Looked like a late hit after he got him out of bounds, Bob.
They've got him marked at the 27-yard line of Eldorado right now. 7-0. The Bearcats on top, and apparently the scoreboard is out. We see nothing up there. 9:42. The clock is operational, though. But at the 9-minute, 42-second mark of the first period, the Bearcats taking the opening kickoff and driving it all the way downfield for the opening score. Okay, they move the ball out to the 42-yard line of Eldorado, I believe. Yeah, to the 42-yard line. Reggie Thomas, is the starting quarterback for the Eldorado Wildcats, and this is a huge football team. They ought to do a lot of damage in the state of Arkansas before this season is over. The size football team they've got. They come out from the I, split the right end out, put a man in the slot to this near side. Snap goes to the quarterback and hands it off to the deep man, and he is going to lose about a yard back to the 41-yard line. Back to the 41-yard line, and on the hit there is number 44, Rowdy Yates, and also Terrence Hicks. That front line once again for the Wildcats. We see 205 on the left side, 210, 247, and 270 on the right tackle. And that 270-pounder is a junior. From the I once again, wing set to the left, split the right end out from this near hash mark, and a pitch back to the trailing halfback, the deep man in that I, and he's got good yardage out across midfield down to about the 47-yard line. That is Frederick Ingram, a 205-pound, 5'10" junior for the Wildcats. Over there for Ruston is Jeff Young on the stop for the Bearcats. It's first down and 10 yards to go. Eldorado at the Bearcat 47-yard line.
Ingram's going to go both ways tonight. He's going to see limited action offensively. However, if he keeps up runs like that, like he did, picking up the first down for the Wildcats, you'll see a lot more offense than maybe he had anticipated coming into tonight's action.
Once again from the I, here they come. First down, 10 to go from the 47-yard line of the Bearcats. Eldorado in the I. Give it to the deep man once again. And he's going to be rolled to the ground by big number 72, Brian Houston, as he got back to maybe the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be about all. He may have lost just about a half yard. That's what they give him, a loss of a half yard. We'll still call it second down and 10. Clock rolling along at the 9:25 mark. Ruston up by a score of 7-0 here in the first period of play. And the Bearcats home opener of 1990 before a good crowd on hand as usual. Once again from the I, split halfway between the hash marks, and Reggie Thomas takes a timeout. So we've got a break in the action. So let's take a break for 30 seconds. Our score, Ruston 7, Eldorado nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we go for the snap, as Eldorado's on the drive.
Okay, and a pitch back to the tailback once again, and Rodney Young is there to meet him back inside the Eldorado end of the playing field. And another big loss back to the Eldorado 48-yard line. Going to bring up third down and about 15 yards to go. Last year up in Eldorado, the Bearcats outgained Eldorado 362 yards to 4. That was a rather lopsided, Rick. 49-0 score.
Yeah, the field was tilted by the end of that game.
It's not Eldorado's gained some yardage already, and Thomas now drops back to pass. Got a man wide open at the 40. He is inside the 40 down to about the 36-yard line for the Eldorado Wildcats. It's going to be first down and 10 yards to go. Was that Hartsfield, I believe? No, that was Buggs, Ray Buggs, a 140-pound junior. First down and 10. And Reggie Thomas.
Wildcats are showing great mixing up of running, pitch out, and going over on the slants here. So we have a much improved Wildcat football team, bigger and better, and the Bearcats are on a defense.
Wes McClure flanked out to this right side, giving it to the tailback, and he is inside the 35 down to about the 33. That's Steve Miller on the carry. And on the stop for the Bearcats was Bobby Williams along with Chris Young. It'll be second down and a good 7 yards to go. The ball at the Ruston 33-yard line. Right at the 7-minute mark here in this first period of play. The Bearcats up by a score of 7-0 against this huge Eldorado Wildcat bunch. Here they come, dressed in white, trimmed in blue. From the eye once again, wing set to this right side. Thomas, little screen wing pass out to this right flat, but it's going to be incomplete. Intended for number 80, and for Eldorado, that is Tyron Hansen. Third down, 7 yards to go at the Bearcat 33-yard line.
Thomas, the quarterback for the Wildcats, just led Hansen too much. He had to dive for the ball, but there was Jeff Williams all over him. Ball goes for an incompletion, brings up third down.
McClure once again on the wing to this right side. The left end split out. Everyone else in tight from the I formation behind Reggie Thomas, the quarterback, and Ruston jumps off. That's Jeff Young, a little bit anxious, but now we'll have to wait and see if maybe he was pulled off sides. It's a third down and 7 play as it stands at the moment, but they motioned the Ruston Bearcats off sides. 6:44 left here in this first period. Just about halfway in the opening quarter. Ruston up by a score of 7-0 on a hot, late summer night here at James Stadium. And as we look down on the crowds, you see the fans in abundance.
And they're here, too.
They are here, too. Absolutely. Third down and about 2 yards to go now. Same formation from the I. Thomas, the quarterback, sends McClure in motion back inside and gives it off to the fullback, and not much doing. Let's see, he's going to be down near the 27-yard line. Bobby Williams once again, Rowdy Yates, and Terrence Hicks on the stop for the Bearcats. It'll bring up fourth down and just about a yard to go at the 27-yard line of Ruston. Fourth down and a yard. Rick, already we've got a big play in this football game right now.
At 6 minutes and 16 to play in the first period, it's the Wildcats make or break on this initial drive, as the Bearcats have already scored on their first possession.
Well, it's certainly not going to be 362 to 4 yards this year. And Eldorado certainly not winning a 49-0 score. Thomas on fourth down. He's got his man open down inside the 15. And they may have marking at the 15-yard line. That is Chris Hartsfield. And back defending for Ruston was Charles Green, but it's first down and 10 yards to go. They'll mark the ball at the Ruston 15.
Great.
Big 4th and 1 play.
It was a great one. It was play action there from Thomas. Everybody thought they'd go right over the middle to pick up the one and quickly shoot out to Hartsfield. He picked up more than the necessary first down yardage, as it is first and 10, Wildcats on a drive.
They're certainly not going to be called for delay of game. They're in the huddle and out in just a few seconds. And a handoff to the tailback. Deep man, he is inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line. Fumble on the play, and let's see. One official is not, the official has not blown it. He's going to go and go all the way. Nope, the other official is going to say he has blown the whistle dead at the 6 or 7 yard line. Now this is Rodney Young who picked it up and ran it back all the way. But another official is saying he had blown the whistle back at the 6.
Well, we have Randall here. That could be one of the new rules, that the fumble cannot be advanced by the defense. Is that the...
No, it can't. It can be advanced by the defense this year if we've got to get that right. Check with Randall. Okay, it's Ruston's ball. Ruston has recovered the fumble. It should have been a touchdown also because the official apparently did not know the new rule. You can run it back.
Okay, there's the rule. You can run it back, but no official was signifying that it was dead until Rodney Young was 20 yards from the score. We saw the official then wave his arms. Nonetheless, the Bearcats got the ball rather than 6 points. They are like On the 1-yard line, their own 1-yard line.
Oh, they're at the 6-yard line. At the 6.
Okay.
The one official out there apparently was up on it and knew what was happening was the referee, and he was following Young downfield, but the other official had called him back. But all in all, we've got a break in the action apparently with 5:30 to play here in this opening period. It's Ruston 7, Eldorado nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football.
With tonight's heat and humidity, they're going to be watching these players very closely. Our score is 7-0. Bearcats over the Wildcats as a Bearcat defense just forced a turnover as the Wildcats, Bob, were on a march ready to put it in the end zone, and a little bit of confusion on the play.
Go ahead now. Well, I just lost my mic. But anyway, you go ahead and explain the rules.
What happens if you fumble past the line of scrimmage? The defense cannot run it back.
Nope.
No, they can run it back, but if you fumble behind the line of scrimmage, you can't run it back.
You can't return it. But if the fumble occurs past the line of scrimmage, the ball can be advanced by the defense, and of course that's what had happened there. The ball was well past the line of scrimmage down at the 6-yard line. Rodney Young picked it up and took off toward the end zone all by himself, and the referee was saying it was going to be a touchdown, but another official was saying bring it back. And so with all of that finally figured out, it's Ruston's ball, first down and 10 at their 6-yard line. So here they come.
And the only reason for that rule is to confuse us so we can confuse you.
That's for sure. Got to have something. Summerall comes in motion to this side, pitch it back to Payne. Payne is driving out across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Payne carries 2 Eldorado defenders, one of them Jeremy Madden with him, and gets good yardage of about 5 yards on that first down carry.
Bob mentioned he carried a couple of defenders. Derek Payne does. He comes in at 185, most of that below the waist, so he can carry some weight with him as he gives the Bearcats a little bit more breathing room starting on their second down.
Second down and 5 at the 5-minute mark here in this first period. The Bearcats up by a score of 7-0. Here comes Malcolm. Malcolm hustling over that right side. Malcolm may get a couple of yards, and that's going to be all as he is hit by a whole host of white-jerseyed Eldorado Wildcats led by number 78. Now, I want you to listen to this. That is Boris Miles. He is 6'4", 287 pounds. A man, if there is one on the football field tonight.
A new classification of man there.
That's for sure. You don't want to make him mad. 6'4", 287 pounds. Bearcats, third down and 3. Laird gives it to Payne over this left side. Payne is across the 15, and Derek Payne is up to the 18-yard line, and that's going to be very close. Well, it is enough yardage for a Ruston first down. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go here in this opening period of play. The Bearcats up by a score of 7-0. They took the opening kickoff and brought it all the way downfield. They had one 15-yard penalty in that drive for clipping, but the big play, a 39-yard pass play for a touchdown to Malcolm from Brad Laird. Wing set to the left side. Laird rolls right. Laird's got Payne in the flat. Payne's across the 20. Payne to the 25. Payne to the 30-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. Bearcats, as across the way, we see Reggie Thomas and also Jay Tatum on the stop for the Wildcats from Eldorado. They marked the ball just about a foot shy of the Ruston 30-yard line. First and 10 for the Bearcats at that point.
Laird must have cleared the cobwebs. He got hit pretty hard at the last touchdown drive. He is hanging in the pocket, and he got hit pretty good on that play as well on the connection to Payne. First down, Bearcats.
John Carr out to this left side, and in motion to the right goes Summerall, and Laird dropping back. Laird got time. Laird's got Payne. Payne's got running room to the 35. Payne to the 37-yard line. Big pass play completion once again, and on the stop is Reggie Thomas, the starting quarterback. He is a 5'10", 165-pounder for the Wildcats. It's going to bring up second down and about 2 yards to go for Ruston at their own 38-yard line. Coming to the 3-minute mark here in this first period, the Bearcats leading 7-0 and trying to put another drive together. They started this one after a fumble recovery at their own 6-yard line. Put Carr out to the right side. Summerall in the slot to that side. Laird once again back. Laird's got Malcolm. Malcolm's got blockers. Malcolm down this side. sideline. Malcolm's going to drop at the 49-yard line of Ruston. It's going to be good for another Ruston first down and 10 yards to go.
That puts Laird 8 for 8 in this game at 110 yards plus a touchdown. We're only 2 minutes and 45 seconds to play in our first period.
Well, I asked Coach Chick Childers out sitting talking with him in his office one afternoon this week if we would see possibly some more, a little more balls in the air. And he said, we may. Not real sure about it, but apparently he got a little more sure of it as the week progressed. It's first down and 10 at the Ruston 49-yard line. Carr split out to this left side. Laird once again going back. He rolls right, being chased, puts the ball way downfield. He's got Brian Mason down there. It's going to be incomplete. Good coverage downfield by Reggie Thomas for the Eldorado Wildcats down around the Wildcat 18-yard line. Laird once again, Rick, was right on the money with that, but it was just excellent coverage for Eldorado.
It was indeed. Laird was under very good pressure, though, from Carlos Meeks as Eldorado Wildcats, the secondary, getting back there and putting pressure on Laird. Laird doing very well under fire, taking some of the punishment, but on that one he had to bootleg around to the right and throw it to his right as he was running, and hung out there just a little bit, and good defense for the Wildcats.
Stacy Lowry, number 19, into the game for Ruston. Summerall out. Laird drops back to shoot it once again. Downfield he goes, intended for John Carr, but a little over his head at the Eldorado 40-yard line. Back defending for the Wildcats, number 10, Marcus Jackson. It'll be third down and 10 yards to go at the Bearcat 49-yard line. And right now, Ruston is content to keep the ball in the air, it looks like.
Well, so far they've snapped it 14 times, 10 for the pass, 4 for the run.
It's third down and 10, and you would almost bet now that it is a passing down with Carr heading out to the right side. And Stacy Lowry comes to this near side as a wingman. The ball in this near hash. Ruston going from our right to left. Lowry goes in motion to the right. Give it off to Malcolm. Malcolm fumbles the ball. It's going to be recovered by Eldorado at the 31-yard line. Malcolm had a big hole, but he was hit from behind, and the ball went skirting out of his hands, and Eldorado comes up with it, number 10 on the recover. Marcus Jackson for the Wildcats at their own 32-yard line. So Eldorado turned it over to Ruston, and Ruston has given it back to them at the Wildcat 32. First down and 10 to go at the 2:26 mark of the first period. Ruston up by a score of 7-0.
It was an inside handoff on 3rd and 10 as Malcolm looked like he had enough for the first down. The squeaky pigskin got out and popped out into the secondary as the Wildcats pick up turnover, and here they go on their second drive of the evening.
Reggie Thomas still at quarterback from the I formation, left right end split out and give it to the fullback. He's not going to find much room over that left side as that's where he tries it. That is Steve Miller on the carry. And over for Ruston, some of the big fellows, number 72, Brian Houston, we see getting up over there. And it'll be second down and still close to 10. We'll call it about 9.5, actually. The ball resting about halfway between the 32 and 33. Second down, long yardage for the Wildcats in either direction. From the I once again, left end split out, wingman to the right side in motion. Pitch it back to the tailback, trailing over this right side. Almost broke it out for big yardage. He's out to the 40-yard line. That's number 28 on the carry. And that is Anthony Jenkins for the Wildcats. On the stop was Terrence Hicks, who got a hold of an ankle and tripped him up to the 40-yard line. It'll bring up third down and about 2 yards to go. And, Rick, if he hadn't got that ankle, he could have been long gone.
That's true. It was a big ankle that Hicks got hold of as Jenkins showed some incredible speed as soon as he got to that outside. So we're going to be watching him this evening as the Wildcats trailing the Bearcats 7-0.
Certainly not one of the bigger fellows on the team. From the I once again, here comes McClure in motion to the left side. And Thomas gives to the tailback, the deep man in the I. He is going to be very, very close to a Wildcat first down. Number 47 we see out there for Ruston on the stop. And for the Bearcats, that is Kamichi Womack, one of the linebackers for the Bearcats, and we're going to have to take a measurement. So they're going to bring the chains in. We've got a quick break in the action. Our score, Ruston 7, Eldorado nothing. While we measure, let's take a break. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
Got it. First down, Eldorado. Bring them out their second drive of the evening.
First down for the Wildcats on that play. The measurement shown from the eye. Oh, Thomas is hit, but he gives it off to the fullback, and he is hit and knocked down also. Big number 74, the first man, Sebastian Lyons, for the Bearcats at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be second down and 10. They may have given him a foot, and that's going to be all, and that's stretching it a lot, too. Number 26 trotting on the field for the Bearcats, that defensive unit, and that is Chris Young. And here come the Wildcats. Same formation from the eye. Wingman to the left side. Right end split this way. The wingman comes in motion to this near side. Thomas pitches back to his tailback, trailing the deep man. He almost breaks it out across the 45, up to the 48-yard line before Rodney Young and Charles Green are over there to drag him to the turf.
Rodney Young got just hold of his jersey from the backside, or else he was gone for a big gain, possibly even a score. As these Wildcats are showing potential break all night, Bob. Bearcat defense just making the lucky stabs on the shirt and on an ankle. We could see one happen tonight here.
Got to believe almost that we're going to see this little fella get away before the night is over. He is so quick. And that's the end of the first period of play. After 1 hour.
So many games you can't even count them tonight.
Well, I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 of them for you, folks. So sit back and get in that lazy boy. One more grab of popcorn and let's show you some football, shall we? Anyway, folks, in Jonesboro tonight, two of the best teams in the state of Louisiana, not to mention two of the best running backs perhaps in the country, Royman Malcolm and Norman Bradford, met in what many thought was going to be a great football game. We had Jonesboro Hodge, a top-ranked team in AA, hosting Ruston, the cream of the crop in Quad A. I'll tell you, folks, from the get-go, the Bearcats beat them like a drum. First quarter, Brad Laird hit Malcolm. He did the rest. Look at him cut and weave into the end zone, 35-yard score. Folks, what a player he is. It was 7-0. The Ruston special teams, they got into the act as well. Watch them in front formation. Jonesboro, they blocked it, got it out of the end zone for the safety. 9-0 the score as they tackled him right there. Like I said, 9-0 Ruston at the time. Late in the first, Malcolm gets the call again. 5 yards out, finished with 126 yards rushing tonight. 16-0, and folks, the route was on because here's Laird hitting Rodney Young, a wide open Rodney Young. 48 yards for the touchdown. The lights went out literally at the 8:40 mark in the fourth quarter. So did the scoreboard. Take a look at this final. Ruston, 50-7 over
35-14, Ruston.
All right. Give me your game score prediction now.
24-0.
24-0, Ruston. Okay. You guys got a game score prediction? Quick. Okay, who's favorite? All right. Keep quick. Give me your game score prediction.
14-0.
Who's favorite?
Ruston.
Give me this. What do you think it's going to be?
12-13, Jonesboro.
Sounds good.
22-3.
Okay. All right, get this gal.
And it's my sister Regal.
Give me your game prediction.
What's your game prediction? We're going to win.
14.
14-7.
Who's favorite? Who's favorite?
14-7.
Quick.
18-12.
18-12. All right, give me one.
42-0.
Who's favorite?
Ruston.
Game score?
44-0.
All right.
34-7.
34-7. Game score. I got him right there. He's on. Good hot dog. Game score.
18.
Ruston's favorite. All right, give me game score prediction. Don't get by here.
38-7, Ruston.
38-7? Okay. Come two scholars in the game. Give me a pre-game prediction here.
38-6.
38.
Gotta be. 45-6.
45-6?
Gotta be. 35-7, Ruston.
All right, what's yours? You got something different, I can tell.
6-1.
You guys got one? Game score prediction. 35. What you got? You got something different, I can tell.
42-35.
Who's favorite?
Ruston.
Game score prediction.
Game score prediction is going to be about 45-0.
All right.
58.
Who's favorite? Oh, okay. Checking. All right.
31-0. Ruston.
Okay. All right. How many?
48.
All right. What's he got?
I got 48-7.
48-7? You going to give him more? What's the score going to be?
25-0.
Who's favorite?
Ruston.
Okay. All right.
28-14.
Who's favorite?
Ruston.
Ruston.
About 14.
Now this is going to be
So that's 6. 49-7.
49. What's the game score going to be?
27 Jonesboro Hartsfield.
Okay. Give me your game score prediction. Come here, quick.
You want me to wait just a hack?
20-13. Give me yours, quick. Huh? Who's going to win?
William Bradford under 100 yards.
Okay.
48-10.
48-10. All right.
Who you? Jennifer? Just let him go first.
Let's have your prediction.
Well, I think Jonesboro Hard might have a possibility of winning this game because
Let's have the score.
the score going to be 20-12.
All right.
That's my prediction.
Give it to me. What's the score going to be?
Let's do it.
Who's going to win?
Well, let me put my words in
All right,
there.
here, put it in.
Well, I don't feel
Just
like
the score.
this.
That's all we give. Quick.
14-12.
All right.
About 28-7.
Who's favorite?
21-12.
21. What's yours?
30-12.
30-12. All right. Game score, real quick.
21-7.
28-7.
28-7. Game score.
31-14.
All right. What's the score be?
37-zip.
37 zip. Game score. Game score. Give me your game score prediction.
16-18.
Who's favorite?
Wait,
What's the score going to be?
my mama didn't raise no food.
Final score going to be?
Ruston 47, Jonesboro 20.
Where you live?
In Hodge.
46, Jonesboro Hodge 3.
Give me your prediction, Leon.
Well, I predict, I see an old friend of mine. I'm glad he's here tonight, and I predict I enjoy seeing him every time I see him. 35-7.
35. Who's favorite?
Ruston 30, Jonesboro 15.
All right. Give me that score, guy. Quick.
42-30.
Who's favorite? Nothing. We all know that, but I mean, what's the final score going to be? Give me a guess.
I told Amy coming down, I felt like Jonesboro was going to sneak up on Ruston.
Good. All right. What did you got one?
2013 Jonesboro.
Score going to be?
Oh, man, don't put me on the spot like that.
Huh? Quick.
Ruston 30, Jonesboro Hodge
6. All right. You got one there?
It's going to be 28-6.
All right. Quick, I'm about to run up.
24-12.
You got one?
No, I believe it.
21-14.
28-7. All right, quick.
28.
Who's favorite? Who's favorite?
Jonesboro Hodge.
Oh, okay. All right, Dave.
21-10, Jonesboro High.
54-12.
All right, what foot you got down here?
Huh? Tell him. Say, that minute, Jonesboro.
21
Okay, the starting lineup from offense for the Ruston Bearcats. Laird, running back, number 33,
Ruston 35, Jonesboro High.
tailback, number 29, Royman Malcolm. The wingback, number 81, Todd Pomeroy. The head coach,
21-14. All right, you got something different.
announced that this would be his last.
Six 210 senior for the Bearcats. For the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers, as the coin toss is in the air, And we see that Ruston wins the toss. They will receive and defend the south goal, which is to our left. Jonesboro Hodge, quarterback Eric Harrell, number 12. He is a junior, 160-pound, 5'10". He's in the backfield, supported by Cortez Qualls, 5'9", 185-pound senior. Norman Bradford, the running back people are going to be looking at tonight, 6'3", 212-pound senior. The flanker is Kevin Jackson. He's number 11. Tight end is Mario Cottenham, number 82. Over on the split end for the Tigers is Ken Garner, number 88. And the down lineman for the Tigers tonight. A lot of these guys going both ways. Jerry Mason, number 71, 250 pounds. Chris Williams, number 62, 200 pounds. Cassius Sims is 150-pound center. Right guard, Marcus Timmons, 5'11", 285 pounds. He is number 70. And the right tackle for the Tigers, number 78, Jimmy Cooper, is a 245-pound senior. And we see that the teams are lined up. Jonesboro Hodge is going to be kicking the football to the Ruston Bearcats to get tonight's contest underway as the fans are packing the stands. Full house here tonight. We're going to turn this over now to the voice of the Bearcats, Mr. Bob Day.
Thank you, Rick. And Malcolm is the deep man, standing right in the center of the field at the 10-yard line. And we're all set to go. The battle of the number ones tonight in Jonesboro. They keep going straight downfield to Malcolm at the 13. He's to the 15, comes to the side to the 20, and is going to be hit and knocked down at the 23-yard line by a host of Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. And we see number 63 down there. That is Michael Hadaway down on the stop also, and Shannon Osborne. Okay, here come the Bearcats on the field. Brad Laird, number 10. In the backfield with him will be Malcolm, of course, and also Derek Payne. The split end will be John Carr, tight end Brian Mason, and, of course, the wingman will be number 81, Todd Summerall. Here they come to the line. They put Summerall on this right side, split Carr out just a little bit to the left. At their 23-yard line, Summerall goes in motion, pitch it back to Payne, heading around the left side. He's going to be hit at the 23-yard line, tries to fight forward for yardage, may have gotten to the 24, but that's going to be about all, as a host of blue-shirted Tigers were there, led by Dana Lebitt, number 44, the linebacker. No gain. They put it right back at the 23-yard line. So the Tigers on that first opening play, Rick, they have come to play the Ruston Bearcats tonight.
And these fans have come to support the Tigers tonight in taking on the number 1 ranked Bearcats. And this first series of downs is going to be critical in establishing momentum.
A big crowd here at Jonesboro. Summerall in motion once again to the left side. Here comes Malcolm this way. Malcolm looks for a block. He cuts the corner. Malcolm is going to be dragged down to the 25 from behind by number 22 out there, and that is Norman Bradford. The two running backs met for the first time on the field of action tonight. Bradford on defense, Malcolm carrying the ball on offense. A couple of yards up to the 25. It'll be third down and a long 8 yards to go.
Bob, Coach Joey Pender has a lot of guys out here for the Tiger football program. However, a lot of these Jonesboro Hodge Tigers tonight are going both ways. That will be a factor later on in the game with this heat and humidity.
And it is tremendous here tonight. Rains have fallen here in Jonesboro this afternoon, and the humidity very high. Same setup. Laird drops back. Laird got all the time in the world. Now he's being rushed. He can't find an open receiver. He shoots it upfield. It is going to be incomplete, almost intercepted by number 50. And that is Cassio Sims. So the Bearcats will be punting. That first series didn't gain but about 1.5 yards, and this Tiger defense, Rick, looks strong.
Look real sharp tonight. The secondary for the Tigers had all the receivers of the Bearcats covered. Laird had all the time in the world, but nobody to throw it to, and almost threw an interception by lofting the ball to the third receiver.
Okay, Metzger back to punt it. He's standing back at his 12-yard line, and Bradford is back to receive it. Here's the snap. The good spiraling, sailing punt way downfield. Bradford takes it back to his 22, to the 25, to the 30. He cuts the corner to the 40, to the 45, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds at his 46-yard line. Number 36 over for the Ruston Bearcats. Got him out of bounds.
It's Alphonse Williams.
Alphonse Williams got him out. So the Tigers will take it over first down, but we've got flags back at the Jonesboro 31-yard line, and it's going to be a penalty against the Tigers. and this big return by Bradford will be nullified.
Whole lot of excitement in the air here, Bob, as this town is used to its championships, riding on 3, looking for some foreplay, 4 times the state champion. These Tiger fans are sky high, as is the Tigers, and this is going to be the biggest test for the Bearcats in this young season.
Well, this is, I don't know how many times, several times I've been down here, Rick, but this is the largest home crowd I have ever seen here at the Jonesboro Hodge football game.
It's amazing what success will do for your attendance.
It is that. And it's clipping against the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers, by the way. It's going to move the ball back to the 16-yard line. That's where they'll put it in play. The number 1 ranked team in the state of Louisiana, the Ruston Bearcats, a unanimous pick, and also unanimous ranked number 1 in AA, and 3-time defending state champion Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. Here they come to the line with Bradford, the deep man, in the I set. Man comes in motion this way. Give the ball to Bradford over the right side. Not much over there. He may be up to around the 17, maybe to the 18-yard line. That's going to be about all we see on the Bearcat defense. Getting up will be Gary Graham on the first lick for the Bearcats. Quarterback for the Tigers is number 12, Eric Harrell. Eric Harrell. He also has Cortez Qualls in as one running back, and of course Bradford, number 22, the other. Here they come from the I once again, but the right end out for the flanker far out to this side. He goes in motion to the right, pitch it back to Bradford, coming to this side. Bradford's going to be hemmed in, knocked down across the 20-yard line, up around the 23-yard line. Seed number 58 getting up out there for the Bearcats. Also Jeff Young, number 71, and number 58 is Terrence Hicks. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 yards to go for the Tigers at their own 20, close to the 23-yard line. Ball is resting near this near side hash mark on a 3rd down play for Harold, their quarterback. He is a 5'10", 160-pound junior. They come to the line, split the I-backs this time, put the wide out to the right side, a man in the slot to that side. Harold drops back to pass. He puts it upfield. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Bradford up around the 29-yard line. Terrence Hicks, along with number 18, Michael Thompson, over defending for the Bearcats. So it will be punting time for the Tigers. Neither team able to move on their first series against these 2 defenses.
As mentioned, both teams pumped up sky high. The defense is going to hold this thing together until the first one shows the slightest crack and a break for whatever offense. And here we have a timeout for the Bearcats. Our score is 0-0. We're in the first period. You're listening to Bearcat football. Score here as both teams have exchanged a set of downs with Jonesboro Hodge to punt the ball.
Chad Caskey to do the punting back at his own 8-yard line. Rodney Young, the deep man. John Carr, the up man. He's standing at the 50. Caskey back at his 8, waiting to snap. No score in this football game. High snap. Rush is on, but he gets it away in a high, short punt. It's going to hit at the 45. Taken by Carr to 50, to the 45. Carr to the 40-yard line of the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. That's where Ruston will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go at that point. At the 40-yard line of the Tigers. Osborne in on the stop for Jonesboro Hodge. First down, 10 yards to go for the Ruston Bearcats. Dressed in gray pants, white jerseys, trimmed in red with red helmets. Jonesboro white pants, blue jerseys with white numerals, trimmed in red with red helmets. Here come the Bearcats to the line. The ball on the far hash. Send Carr out to the left side. Put Summerall on the wing to this right side. Malcolm and Payne give the ball to Payne over this right side. Payne finds running room. Payne inside the 35 to the 34. Down near the 32-yard line. Number 82 on the stop, Mario Cottenham for the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. Good gain on that first down carry by Derek Payne over the right side, behind Jacobs and Bice.
Mario Cottenham showed some of the results of Coach Joey Pender's working out with weights in the offseason as he just body slammed 185-pound Derek Payne to the ground after Payne picked up some good yardage on first down.
Cottenham, big young man, 6'3", 190 pounds. Here they come from a double wing. Laird drops back, looks for a man, shoots it over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Malcolm down around the 28-yard line. But just maybe a tad behind him. He couldn't hang on to it. It'll be third down, a good 3 yards to go. The ball at the Jonesboro Hodge 32-yard line. 7:56. It stopped on the incomplete pass here in the first period. Still no score from Jonesboro. And this big battle of number ones tonight. Bearcats come to the line. Good breeze coming out of the west as the flag on the north end of the stadium is blowing at a brisk clip right now. 3rd and 3. Summerall in motion. Flags go down as the Ruston Bearcats jumped a little bit early. So this is going to put a big difference on this 3rd down play calling now as they'll be assessed 5 yards, bringing up 3rd down and about 8 yards to go. Illegal procedure against the Bearcats. Huge crowd as usual follows the Bearcats down from Ruston tonight as the far side we look across the way is almost packed. Move the ball back out to the 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, a good close to 8 yards to go. Ball on the far hash. Here they come to the line. Put Carr out to this right side. Summerall in a slot to this side and set up Malcolm on a wing to this right side. Everybody stacked on this near side. Laird with a pass over the middle to Malcolm. Malcolm trying to get away for a 1st down. He's not going to be able to do it. As Charles Paget, number 42, 6 feet, 165 pounds, was there to hang on to him and drag him down. He wouldn't let that jersey go. It's going to bring up 4th down. The ball at the 35-yard line, 4th and a good 5 yards to go for the Bearcats.
Well, this game came in billed as top running backs. You know the defense is keying on number 29, Ramon Malcolm of the Ruston Bearcats, as they're not letting him out of his grasp, and they haven't given him any room to break yet in this early in the contest with no score here in Jonesboro.
The Bearcats go for it on this 4th down and 5. Laird comes to this side, looks for a receiver. He's being rushed. Laird finally gets it to Malcolm to the 25. Malcolm cuts back across field to the 20. Malcolm is going to score to the 5. Touchdown, Ramon Malcolm. And Rick, that run will have to rival the run we saw at Houghton.
Indeed it was. Laird was under tremendous pressure. He was looking for his primary and secondary receivers who were way downfield. Malcolm was his safety valve, who was just 5 steps in front of Laird as he was rolling to his right. Finally, he dumped it to Malcolm, who did zigzags across field, eluded a couple of tackles, goes in for the score as Bearcats score first in the first period, 6-0. Going for the extra point, the Bearcats is Metzger.
Metzger's going to try it, and Laird will hold. Incidentally, the first string for Ruston is 3 for 3 on 4th down attempts this year. 3 touchdowns. The kick is up. It's good. 6:59 to play in this first period. It's Ruston 7, Jonesboro Hodge nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football. Metzger's kick goes to the far side to the 9 to Kevin Jackson. Jackson comes this near side. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. Up across the 25. Out of bounds he goes around the 28-yard line or 29. It'll be 1st and 10, Jonesboro Hodge.
Ruston Bearcats score first in tonight's contest on their second possession. It was Ramon Malcolm, a 35-yard pass from Brad Laird. Actually, the ball traveled less than 5 yards through the air. The rest was covered with Malcolm on the ground. Metzger put it through the uprights for the extra point. 7-0 is our score. That score came in 6 minutes and 59 seconds. It was a 40-yard drive, 4 plays, only 1 minute and 38 seconds off the clock.
While the officials mark the ball at the 30, it's 1st down and 10 yards to go for the Tigers at that point. Eric Carroll, your quarterback, gives it off on the right side to Bradford. Bradford across the 30 up to about the 32. No, it's Cortez Quarles. That's not Bradford. And let's see, number 47 we get up out there. Kamichi Womack for the Ruston Bearcats along with big number 58, Terrence Hicks.
It's going to be critical now for the Tigers to respond to the Bearcats as the defense of the Bearcats pumped up, having scored first, and it's going to be very, very incumbent on the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers to get some points on the board here.
Last week, of course, that big shutout against Eldorado, 61-0. Meanwhile, the Tigers were beating Pineville 49-13. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Quarterback back, looks for a receiver. Downfield it goes. It is complete across the way in front of the Ruston bench. And number 84 on the catch. And for the Ruston Bearcats, that is Raymond Burns. And they're going to mark him around the 40-yard line. It's going to be close to a 1st down across the way over there. Rodney Young defending and making the stop for the Ruston Bearcats. Eric Harrell on the completion. It is 1st down. Let's see. Nope, it's about a yard short. At the 39 is where they mark it. It'll be 3rd down, 1 yard to go. 5:40 to play in this opening period. It's Ruston 7, the Tigers nothing. Here come the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers to the line. From a double wing this time, and flags fly across the way.
Bob, we have people still coming in here to tonight's game from Ruston and from Jonesboro, as this game is billed for what it is, a battle of the undefeated top-ranked teams.
The battle of the number ones, well, you can take your pick, whichever one you want. The battle of the number ones and the battle of the running backs. It's a 5-yard penalty against Jonesboro Hodge. Offsides, moves it back to the 34-yard line. This thing may wind up being standing room only here tonight by the time it gets over. A big, big crowd. This could possibly be the biggest high school crowd for a high school game in Jonesboro in a long, long time. Here come the Tigers at 3rd down, 7 yards to go. A good long, long 6, close to 7. Harold drops back. Rush is coming. Big rush coming. Harold's going to be dropped back at the 20-yard line. First man, Jeff Young, was the first man in there to make the stop as they sacked Eric Harold. They're going to mark it back at the 22-yard line. 4th down and long yardage to go, about 18 for a first.
Looked like the Tigers were trying to set up some kind of a screen there, but Jeff Young, 5'11", 205-pound senior for the Bearcats, got back into the backfield, put pressure on Harrell, and got his arms around him and did the body slam on Harrell, who happens to be 160 pounds. And that brings up punting for the Tigers.
Number 86, Chad Caskey, back at his 6-yard line. Young, the deep man for the Bearcats. Big rush coming. It's blocked. The ball is going to roll into the end zone. It's going to be picked up by Caskey. He's tackled in the end zone. And let's see, who is it? I believe that's Alphonse Williams, number 36. Oh, Jeff Young it is. Jeff Young. And with the block, Jeff Young. So a safety will be assessed against the Tigers, and as they come back up the field, 4.5 to play in the first period. It is Ruston 9, Jonesboro Hodge nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
Kick off for the Tigers.
35. K.O. Larson, I guess.
Back in Jonesboro, safety just happened for the Ruston Bearcats as Rodney Young blocked the punt, and the ball went into the end zone. 9-0 to score, and Jonesboro is kicking off to Ruston.
Kyola Larson just kicked it off, goes to the 45, midfield, breaks it to the 40. Look out! And Caskey made the final stop, and we've got flags down. Oh, my goodness, they almost broke it all the way, but Caskey made the final stop. He was the last man clipping against the Ruston Bearcats, though.
It was Rodney Young who took the ball, got a full head of steam, as Rodney Young, 6'2", 210-pound senior, and he just ran down the field, DeAnthony Livingston.
DeAnthony Livingston, number 22 it was.
And, boy, he just ran into the Caskey there, and Caskey just put his body in front of him and leveled him out.
Kind of like a hit we saw last Friday night, if you remember, Rick, against the Eldorado Wildcats. But clipping is called against Ruston, so that'll nullify that huge run back and move the ball back to the 48-yard line of the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. That's where Ruston will put it in play, leading by a score of 9-0 with 4:22 to play here in this opening period. And we have had excitement plenty already. A block punt, a safety, a tremendous reception and run for a touchdown. And the Jonesboro Hodge Tiger defense is digging in once again against Ruston from a double wing. Here they come. Laird puts it out here to Carr, number 87. Carr heads downfield across the 45, across the 35 to the 32-yard line.
It was a quick out as Laird just took 5 steps and passed the ball to Carr. Just a quick out, and Laird turned upfield, picked up the first down for the Bearcats. And Bob Caskey, he came to the bench and just sat down for a while. I got to wonder if one knows where he is right now.
Well, it was a huge lick. Sims, by the way, Cassius Sims on the stop for the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. First down and 10 at the Tiger 32-yard line. Here come the Bearcats. Carr split to the left. Wing set to this side. Laird drops back. Laird looks for a receiver. Laird puts it downfield. Incomplete. Intended for Carr down at the 20-yard line. And it was well short. And he had a big, big rush put on him by number 12. Let's see, get that number 32. And that is Sean Osborne. A big rush on Brad Laird that time.
Osborne did very good getting up. He was successfully blocked getting back there to Laird, but he got back up and put pressure on Laird. Laird rushed his pass, and it goes for an incompletion.
It'll be second down and 10 yards to go at the 32-yard line. Back defending was Raymond Burns for the Tigers on that pass. Here they come, second and 10 from the 32. put a left in out to the far side. Man in the slot and the wing to that side. And Laird rolls that way. Laird looks downfield. It is incomplete. Well, Summerall had it, but he had a tremendous lick put on him by Norman Bradford. And Bradford knocked the ball away from him. That was two big men meeting right there. Bradford 6'3", 212, and Summerall 6 feet, 215. So there was a lot of weight being passed right there, Rick.
Quite right, Bob. There was a lot of college prospects on both of these teams here tonight, and we're seeing the finest talent, or some of the finest talent in North Louisiana on tonight's field, with Bradford going both ways. And as you mentioned, Summerall coming in here at 210 pounds and 6 feet tall, 215 pounds.
Okay, Mayfield is into the game now at wide out and Carr out. Put Mayfield out to the left side. The ball on this near hash. Put Summerall in the slot and Malcolm as a wing. Setting up a little screen pass to Payne. Payne looks for running room. He's finding blockers to the 30, down to around the 28, 27-yard line. Jimmy Cooper we see, and also Charles Paget for the Jonesboro Heights Tigers.
Number 78.
It's going to bring fourth down and about 6 yards to go for the Bearcats at the Tiger 28-yard line. Ball is resting just inside that far hash. Carr back into the game, and Eric Mayfield goes out. Bearcats going for it at the Jonesboro 28-yard line. Send Carr out to this side, and Summerall on the wing to the well, a double wing set up. Summerall on the left, and Malcolm on the right. And Laird drops back. Laird's got the pass away to Carr. Carr is going to be driven out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and that's going to be enough yardage for the first down. 1st and 10 Bearcats at the 19, they say. Getting him out of bounds, let's see, it was number 47. That is Orrin Leonard for the Tigers of Jonesboro Hodge.
A beautiful pass thrown by Brad Laird there as he led Carr, because he was covered very well by the cornerback for the Tigers, and an excellent catch by Carr as he had to extend his hands and go into a diving catch, picking up the necessary yardage for the first down. Bearcats once again very successful on a 4th down conversion.
Leading 9-0 right now. Here they come to the line. Laird is 5 out of 9 so far, 66 yards and a touchdown. Double slot set to the left side. The ball on this near hash. Carr the wide out. Here comes Malcolm. Flags are going down. Malcolm trying to find running room on this side. He's down to the 15-yard line. And we've got a flag down, though, so keep that in mind. Let's see, number 50, Cassius Sims. And also number 78, Jimmy Cooper on the stop for the Tigers. The penalty is going to be motioned against the Jonesboro Heights Tigers. As Rick said earlier, our score, by the way, 9-0, 2:40 to play in this opening period. This hot, humid night is going to take its toll on these Tigers. And right now, this defense, Rick, could already be getting a little winded out there because they've had their backs to the wall most of this first period.
They have indeed, and as mentioned, the breeze starting to blow just a little bit, but the temperature's not dropping too much. And Coach Joey Pender hopefully has a lot of depth on the Tigers so he can have the substitutions going in there. We have an offsides penalty against the Tigers, and that will be first down for the Ruston Bearcats.
Of course, the Tigers have been in a class all by themselves in AA football now for the last 3 years, and it looks like they may be again this year for their 4th in a row, as they're head and shoulders against most other AA teams across the state. It is first down and 5. Here come the Bearcats. Summerall in motion to the left. Laird gives it off to Payne. Payne is hit immediately by big number 70, Marcus Timmons, 5'11", 285 pounds. Right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
It's hard to block a 285-pound defensive tackle, but that is the job that's falling on Marsh Bice and Andrew Jacobs here tonight. That time, Timmons was successful, penetrating and throwing in for a no gain.
Loss of about a yard, actually. The ball back now outside the 15. Here they come. Bearcats to the line. Summerall on this right side as a wingman. Carr split out to the left. Summerall in motion down to the left. And Laird rolls that way. He's got Summerall wide open in the flat out there. Summerall fighting for yardage down to the 5, maybe inside the 5, near the 4-yard line. Let's see, number 61. We get up over there, and that is C.J. Bradford. So it's going to be first down and goal to go Bearcats. The ball at the 5-yard line of the Tigers. 1:39 to play in this first period. Ruston up by a score of 9-0 and threatening to add more against the top-ranked team in the state in AA. Here come the Bearcats. The ball on that far hash. They come up with Carr out to this right side and put Summerall as a wing on this right side. Malcolm and Bradford behind Laird. Summerall now in motion to the left and give it off to Malcolm. Malcolm spins, fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, 5-yard run. Ramon Malcolm. It is Ruston 15, Jonesboro Hodge nothing. 1:17 to play in this first period.
Malcolm ran right into the thick of things. Looked like he walked through the fire unscathed as he just jumped, twisted 5 yards in for the score. Jonesboro had their chance to tackle him, but Malcolm was so elusive as putting the Bearcats on for their third score on the night.
Metzger will try the point after out of the hold of Brad Laird. 1:17 to play. It's Ruston 15, Jonesboro Hodge nothing. Here comes the snap, but we've got flags as the Tigers were a little anxious to get in on him, and looks like a couple of them may have jumped offside. Let's see, it will be offside, Jonesboro Hodge. 1:17 left here in this opening period. 15-0, the Bearcats over the Tigers, following that 5-yard spinning and twisting touchdown run by Ramon Malcolm over the left side. So the Bearcats back to the line. And we'll try it now. Brad Laird will hold, and Metzger attempts the point after. Waiting the snap. Here it is. It's placed. It's up. It is straight down the middle. As they come back up the field, it is Ruston 16, Jonesboro Hodge nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football.
Our score is 16-0. Ruston over Jonesboro. Malcolm a 5-yard run and a 48-yard drive, 8 plays, 3 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. Here's the kickoff.
Metzger's kick goes deep to the 5-yard line. Fumbled around, finally picked up by number 11. Straight up the middle of the field, looking for running room, and it's going to be knocked down. That is Kevin Jackson around the 22, 23-yard line. That's where the Tigers will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go at that point. And let's see, the last man getting up out there for Ruston was number 45, Charles Green. So, first and 10, Jonesboro Hodge at their own 25-yard line. 1 minute, 9 seconds left here in this opening period. 16-0. The Bearcats, ranked number 1 in the state, taking the lead over the Tigers. Jonesboro Hodge, of course, ranked number 1 in AA across the state of Louisiana. Both teams unanimous choices in their respective polls. Here come the Tigers up. Quarterback sets him up in an I formation with Bradford, the deep man. And he's going to give it to Bradford. Bradford hits a wall right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. May have lost a foot. If anything, let's see, out there is Jeff Young. We see him. Also big, number 72, Brian Houston, 235 pounds worth, a junior. It's going to be second down, and close to 11 yards ago, he lost almost a yard on that back at the 24-yard line. Under a minute to play here in this first period. Bradford trots off the field right now. We're down to 38 seconds and counting. And here come the Tigers up. Quarles, the quarterback. Now, rather, Eric Harrell, the quarterback. And he is going to drop back and look for a pass receiver. Shoots it downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Big rush put on him. And the pass bounced on one to the intended receiver. No good. That'll kill the clock with 23 seconds to play. Houston back there on Harrell, making him rush that toss. It's going to be third down, 11 yards to go. Let's see, for Jonesboro Hodge, number 23 coming out, Bobby Joe Johnson, Kevin Jackson, number 11 in. And they're trying to substitute liberally right now, Rick, because this heat and humidity is going to take a toll tonight. Bradford back into the game also. He's the deep man from the I on this 3rd and 11 play. Harrell pitching back to Bradford. Bradford's going to look for a receiver downfield. Now he decides to run it, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds across the way, just across the 25-yard line, maybe a couple of yards. And there, who is the man again? Big Brian Houston. Houston was in on all 3 plays in that series for the Tigers of Jonesboro Hodge. It'll be fourth down and a good 6 yards to go at the 29-yard line.
Brian Houston, you could say it was Houston just one day closer to you there with Norman Bradford trying to the halfback option pass. Defensive secondary of the Bearcats covering the receivers of the Tigers very well. Bradford elects to run, but couldn't get anywhere past Houston, thus bringing up 4th down and punting situation for the Tigers.
Caskey standing back at his 16, gets a snap. It's almost blocked again, but he gets the punt away. Rodney Young is going to take it in at 33, 35, 40, 45, 50, 49, 48-yard line. Big run back by Rodney Young before Caskey makes the stop for the Tigers of Jonesboro Hodge along with number 44. And for the Tigers, that number belongs to Dana Levitt. Big run back by Young, Rick, and puts the Bearcats in good field position at the 48-yard line of the Tigers with 3 seconds showing on the clock in this first period.
Our score at 16-0 as well as the Bearcats are trying to get another point on the board, another score, as we are still winding down this first period.
Ball on this near hash. We put, this time, Rodney Young as a wingman to this right side. Laird, Young in on offense now. Goes to the left, and we've got flags down. So, hold on. And let's see, Rick, do we have Bobby Young out there? Bobby Williams out there also? I believe we do. Yes, we have Bobby Williams, Rodney Young. Now, we did not see this tandem against Eldorado last Friday night. And we're going to have 5 yards illegal procedure assessed against Ruston with 1 second left on the clock. But we'll see them here tonight in Jonesboro. Rodney Young and Bobby Williams, 2 of the top defensive players in the state of Louisiana, in on offense now in that backfield.
Matter of fact, Bobby Williams has carried the ball twice against Houghton, and he has total yardage of 29 yards and 1 touchdown against Houghton. Rodney Young has ran the ball once and make that twice, and he had picked it up for 16 yards in the season opener against Houghton.
Ball back at their 47-yard line. Put Young out as a wing on the right side once again, heading in motion to the left now. And here comes Bobby. No, this is Malcolm. Malcolm breaks into the 45 to the 41-yard line. Malcolm, a big opening over this right side. Number 50, Cassius Sims, finally makes a stop, and that's the end of the first period of play. After 1 from Jonesboro Hodge, it's Ruston 16, Jonesboro Hodge nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
4 yards to go.
Come on, hurry.
Flag on the play. Number 42, Rodney Young on the carry.
Flag.
Leading the tackling, number 20, Marcus Simmons.
Back in Jonesboro, we just had a pitch back to Rodney Young coming around this left side. He is inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, but we've got a flag down on the play, and a penalty will be coming up against the Ruston Bearcats. Just the first play of the second period. 16-0, Ruston over Jonesboro Hodge.
Some of the first quarter statistics there, first downs, Bearcats had 4. All of those were on the ground, where Jonesboro Hodge has been held to 0 all through the air. Through the air, the Bearcats scored their first downs. Jonesboro Hodge, no first downs. Time of possession, Bearcats 6:41. Jonesboro Hodge 5:19. Penalties thus far, the Tigers 4 for 27, with the Bearcats 3 for 25. Total offense, 7 yards for the Tigers, 101 yards in that first period for the Bearcats.
Holding penalty against the Ruston Bearcats moves the ball back to their to the Jonesboro Hodge 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Wing set to this left side. Here's Laird dropping back all the time in the wall, and he's got Rodney Young wide open to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Rodney Young. All-state defensive back, Rick. And a 48-yard touchdown pass and catch from Brad Laird.
He was 7 yards behind the Jonesboro Hodge secondary. He just snuck out there. I guess they didn't expect him to even pick up the ball. But he had his left arm waving. Ball was laid in perfectly from Brad Laird. As soon as Young caught the ball, he showed what speed that he did have. And he the Jonesboro Hodge secondary didn't even bother to chase him down. 48 yards. Bearcats score first in the second period, going up 22-0.
And Rick, we have got only 35 seconds of play in this second period. 11:25 to go before halftime. It is Ruston 22-0. Metzger to try the point after, out of the hold of Brad Laird. Waiting the snap, it's placed, it's up, it's good. They come back upfield, it's Ruston 23, Jonesboro Hodge nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
Well, that's caught a pass from Brad Laird for the Ruston Bearcats, a 48-yard pass. Metzger was good on the extra point. Our score is 23-0. The Bearcats over the Tigers. That was a 48-yard drive, only 2 plays, and only 38 seconds have gone by in the second period.
Metzger's foot into the ball, goes deep, and it's going to be taken. It's fumbled once again around the 11-yard line. Picking up by Jackson. Here he comes to this near side. Fumble! But it's going to be recovered by the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge. Sean Osborne on the recovery of the fumble by Kevin Jackson. 23-0. 11 minutes, 17 seconds to go here in this second period as the Bearcats have taken control of this football game early. They won last year up in Ruston by a score of 25-0. All of the points were scored midway of the second period to midway of the third period. But it's 23-0 right now, just getting this second quarter underway. The Tigers come to the field, led by their quarterback Eric Harrell and, of course, running back Norm Bradford. All state running back, Mr. Everything for the Tigers, and so far Ruston has held him in check. He comes up this time, deep man in the eye, put the left hand out far across the way, the ball on this near hash and a wing to this right side. And hand it off to Bradford over this right side. Not much there, maybe for a yard, maybe a yard and a half. That's going to be all a couple of yards. Let's see, and for Ruston we see Terrence Hicks down underneath there. And also getting up last is Rodney Young, number 42. It'll bring up second down and 9 yards to go, maybe a yard and a half. 23-0 if you're just joining us around North Louisiana, Central Louisiana, all through the southern half of Arkansas. The number 1 team in the state, Ruston Bearcats, are dominating so far the top-ranked team in the state of Louisiana in AA football, the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers, 3-time defending state champions. A little draw play to the fullback, breaks it out. He's got room to the 40, to the 45. That is number 23. And that is Bobby Joe Johnson to the 48-yard line. Michael Thompson finally caught him. Rick, that was just as simple a little draw play as you could get, but everybody keyed on Bradford.
It was indeed. It's just what the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers need, these fans need as well, to get them back into the game. He nearly had it for the big one all the way, but it was Michael Thompson showing his speed, catching Bobby Joe not before he picked up significant yardage, first down, and added some extra life into the Jonesboro Hodge fans and Tigers.
Well, let's see if that's what the Tigers need to get back into this ball game. They're down by 23. Here comes Jackson coming this way on a little wingback reverse. He's to midfield, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35. Flags are down also. It's going to be a late hit against Ruston, and 15 more yards will be tacked on. Charles Green and Rodney Young got him out of bounds at the Ruston 31-yard line. But a penalty is going to be coming up against Ruston. Personal foul. And here come the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge with the little speed demons right now, Rick.
It is indeed. Kevin Jackson turned the corner and picked up the first yardage. Rodney Young rode his back as he had him contained on the sideline. Charles Green jumped on as well, therefore the penalty. And it'll be assessed, and another be 15 yards after a late hit. And you can hear the crowd, Jonesboro Hodge, they smell some points on the board as they are trailing by a score of 23-0.
17-yard line to the Bearcats, and right now, will the Tigers be the first team to dent that Ruston goal line this year? Here come the Tigers to the line. Harold, the quarterback. The deep man from the eye is Norm Bradford. The man in front of him is Bobby Joe Johnson, number 23. And Jackson in motion. Give it off to Bradford across the 15 to around the 13. Terrence Hicks hanging on around his ankles to bring him down. It'll be second down, a gain of about 3. Second down and 7. 9:51, the clock moving here in this second quarter. 23-0, Bearcats leading.
It's getting a little bit tough out there, getting hard hitting as these teams are starting to rise. The Jonesboro Hodge Tigers smelling some points on the board, and the defense of the Bearcats stiffening up to keep them out. And here we go.
Flip the right end out this way, put a man in the slot to the side, and a little draw play once again to number 33. And this is Cortez Qualls. He is down near the 10-yard line, where number 47, Kamichi Womack, is holding on for that Bearcat defense. It's going to be third down and a good 3 yards to go for the Tigers at the Bearcat 10-yard line. 9:11 to play in this second period. The clock moving. Quarles is coming out, and number 23, Bobby Joe Johnson, back in. So, here we come. Will this be the first score on Ruston this year? The Tigers are threatening at the 10. 3rd down and 3. Ball on this near hash. Split the left end out and put Jackson on a wing to this near side. Fumble! And Eric Carroll recovered it, but it's going to lose about a yard, maybe 2 yards. And Gary Graham and Brian Houston were right there to make sure he didn't get anything.
You heard the crowds here for Tiger Stadium, let's call it, almost as loud as LSU Tiger Stadium for high school football. Eric Hill, we got a timeout. Our score is 23-0, Ruston over Jonesboro. You're listening to Bearcat football.
Bradford's one to field goal. We'll have to wait and see. The ball is at the it's about the 11.5 of the Ruston Bearcats. It's 4th down and a good 5 yards to go for Jonesboro High. So, Rick, what would you call?
Well, I kind of like Bradford's idea. He wants to get points on the board. That would be a psychological advantage for the Jonesboro High Tigers. You know, Coach Pender probably wants to go for the first down and the full score. But if I were Pender, I would go try for the 3. Get on the board.
Well, that's why we're not down there, apparently, because he's going blind.
That's why I don't coach this game.
Right hand split this side. Harold, the quarterback, wing set to the left. 4th and 5 at the 11.5 of Ruston. And Harold fumbles the ball once again, and the Ruston Bearcats have held, and their goal line is still secure. Eric Harold covered by Brian Houston once again, and that Ruston defense, with the help of a fumble by the quarterback on the snap by Eric Harold, and they have yet to be scored on. And that was, I guess, about the second closest call they've had. I guess Houghton down around the 5-yard line was the closest so far this year.
That's right. In the first game of the season, as Houghton drove down, got on the 5, here the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers were knocking on the door as well, bringing up, they didn't do it. Here comes the Bearcats offensively.
Well, you see, though, the speed of the Tigers. They can score from any spot on this field with those speed in that backfield. Derek Payne over the right side. Payne, big hole to the 30, 35, to the 38-yard line. Derek Payne knocking people out of the way. And Mario Cunningham finally brings him down from behind at the 38-yard line of the Bearcats. A big run on that first down carry by Derek Payne over the right side behind Jacobs and Bice.
Payne just took the handoff, got a big hole, went right through it, and he's capitalizing on what has to be a little bit demoralizing for Jonesboro Hodge, not able to score or get the first down. So first down for the Bearcats.
Flags go down as Laird gives to Summerall on the little wing, reverse to midfield, 40. Laird is into the Summerall's into the clear, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. But are we going to bring it back? We've got flags back at the Ruston 34-yard line.
And these guys on Ruston don't look too happy that are waiting back here at the 45-yard line. You talk about speed. Summerall coming in at 6'0", 215 pounds. He showed the speed he had. And it is a touchdown, going for a touchdown, offsides against Jonesboro Hodge as Todd Summerall, 62 yards on was it a pass?
Oh, a little wing-back reverse over the left side. And
talk about how fast it was. I didn't even see it.
Well, Rick, I think that play possibly showed you the exhaustion now also of the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. The speed of this big man Summerall. But the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers, they have got to be wearing down right now in this heat, and it is bad the way I'm sweating.
Oh, yeah, you look like you're wearing down.
I don't know who's hotter, me or the players out there. 7:52 to play here in this second period, and Metzger back in to try the punt after, following a 62-yard run by Todd Summerall. Wait the snap. It's placed, it's up, and it is good. So as they come back up the field, our score, Ruston 30, Jonesboro Hodge nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football.
Well, we saw one of them. Back in Jonesboro Hodge tonight, the Ruston Bearcats just scored again. Todd Summerall, 62-yard run. Here's the ensuing kickoff.
Goes to Jackson, comes to this side to the 20. Going to be knocked down at the Jonesboro Hodge 25-yard line. And let's see, getting up off the bottom of that pile, number 48 for the Bearcats is Matt Couson.
Bob, we were just talking. We didn't expect to see this kind of a runaway. Summerall just capping and making the score 30-0. We're still in the second period, 7 minutes and 52 seconds. That capped off an 86-yard, if you will, drive. 2 plays and only 31 seconds. The blitzkrieg offense of the Bearcats striking tonight. And they picked the ball up after holding Jonesboro Hodge on downs as Jonesboro Hodge threatened to score. Bear in mind what you said. The Tigers do have the speed. They need to break around the corners and turn one on, and they can score from anywhere on the field.
We have seen that so far tonight with the speed that they have. Here's a handoff to the fullback, and there is absolutely nothing there. Rowdy Yates, the first man to make the hit for the Bearcat defense, and Jeff Young followed him in. It's going to be second down, and let's see how much is it going to be. Maybe 11-yard, loss of about a yard. Second down and 11 back at the 24-yard line. So within 2 touchdowns, 1 quarter, 5 minutes into the second quarter, the Ruston Bearcats so far this year have scored 133 points. Here come the Tigers. Eric Harrell puts a wing to this right side. Harrell rolls this way. Rush is coming. Harrell is going to be hemmed in and knocked out of bounds around the 26-yard line. Over for Ruston once again was Rowdy Yates, number 44, a 5'10", 185-pound junior linebacker.
And Bob, as Randall Reese just pointed out to us, of the 16 possessions that the Bearcats have had in this season, they have scored 14 times, 14 of 16.
That's in the first half.
In the first half, and we saw one of them here tonight as Jonesboro held them out on their first series.
Okay, it'll be third down and 8 yards to go. Third down and 8 for the Tigers at their own 27-yard line against this defense of Ruston that just so far this year has refused to yield. But the Tigers are trying to figure out a way to penetrate it. And here's a handoff to Bradford. Bradford's going to be hit, knocked down at the 29-yard line, falls forward to the 30. It'll bring a 4th down and 5. 4th down and 5, and Caskey is trotting out on the field. Bobby Williams, big number 88 on his back, made the stop on Bradford for Ruston. Cottenham is going to punt it this time. Not Caskey. Cottenham will be punting. And Rodney Young drops back deep. John Carr, the up man. Carr will be standing at his 40, around the 41, 42-yard line. And Young will drop back near the 30. Cottenham now to do the punting for the Tigers. Gets a good snap. Here comes the rush. Oh, what a booming high punt. It's a beauty. Young takes it at the 38. Young looks for blockers. Young cutting cross field to the 40. Young is going to be rolled to the ground about the 43-yard line. And Chad Toller on the stop for the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. Chad Toller for the Tigers. It'll be first down and 10 yards to go. Bearcats, they mark it at the Ruston 44-yard line. 5:32 to play here in this first half. It is 30-0, the Ruston Bearcats over the Tigers in this battle of number ones here tonight. The featured game, feature attraction, it has to be here in this northern half of the state at any rate, possibly over the state tonight. 3-time defending state champion in AA, Jonesboro Hodge Tigers, the number 1 ranked team in the state, Ruston Bearcats. Here come the Bearcats to the line. Coming in motion this way is Malcolm. Give it off to Payne. Payne over the left side. Payne carrying blue-shirted Tigers with him across the 45 down to the 43-yard line of Jonesboro Hodge before Cassius Selms is finally able to ride him to the ground. It's 1st and 10 Bearcats.
Derek Payne just looked like a tank breaking through the barriers there. Not only was he carrying some Tigers, he was just running right through them and like bowling pins was knocking them out of the way. Payne for a first down.
This Jonesboro Hodge Tiger defense is yielding grudgingly, but they are having to yield because so many are playing both ways, offense and defense. And going against this fresh offensive unit for Ruston, it's just too much to handle. Handed off to Malcolm. Flags are down. Malcolm cuts the corner around that right side, inside the 40, to the 35, down to around the 33-yard line. But keep in mind, we've got a flag on either side of the field on this play to kill the clock with 5:02. And now another flag is down across the way. And this looks like it's going to be a little unsportsmanlike, possibly on the Ruston bench over there. We'll have to wait and see. 5:02 to play here in this second period. So, Rick, a little extra added to this football game.
Well, tensions are high here when you get two number ones together. Bearcats on top by a score of 30-0. We're in the second period. And the referees are talking to Jonesboro Hodge, the unsportsmanlike. It's offsides against the Tigers. And we have 12 men on the field also against the Tigers. So, and an unsportsmanlike conduct on Jonesboro. All three will be penalized. Boy, this is
What is that? The offside will be, but we'll have a 30-yard penalty coming up. A 30-yard penalty coming up.
all this interpreted by Randall Reese, and you could only catch us. This almost looked like charades up here in the booth as he's interpreting
Well,
it
of
for
course,
us.
you can see it Tuesday night on Cable Channel 4 in Ruston, but you won't see all of this. At 7:30, is that right? 7:30. If you haven't had a chance to see this Bearcat team, be sure you catch them Tuesday night in Ruston on Cable Channel 4. Tuesday night, 7:30. The ball will be at the 7 1/2 yard line when these penalties finally wind up. We've got a 30-yard penalty coming up against the Jonesboro Heights Tigers, and let's see, here is one. And now the officials will pick the ball up and carry it a little bit further, and let's see where we're finally going to go. Now, we go to the 15-yard line. Now, that's the first penalty. Now we'll go half distance to the goal line for the other. The ball now at the 15-yard line. And now the official has got it and marking off 7 1/2 yards. And Randall, you're right on the nose. Why did you question him? I didn't.
I didn't question Randall, not at all. But when you're trailing 30-0, this is not what you want. I want to remind folks in Jackson Parish you can catch this game Thursday night at 7 o'clock on Channel 5.
Okay, Thursday night at 7 o'clock on Channel 5 in Jackson Parish here in Jonesboro. You will be able to see this battle of the #1 teams in the state. Okay, it's first down and goal to go at the 7 1/2 yard line of Jonesboro. Summerall comes in motion to this near side. Give it off to Payne over the left. Payne to the 5. Payne to the goal line. Payne in for the touchdown. Derek Payne from 7 1/2 yards out. 4:56 to play in the first half. It's Ruston 36. The Jonesboro Heights Tigers nothing. Would you have believed it?
Not at all. Tonight would not have believed it, but that those penalties there sure did not help the cause for the Jonesboro Heights Tigers. Payne took it over the left side to put the Bearcats on top, 36-0. We see Metzger coming in with the point after for the evening. Metzger has been perfect on the night, and here's his attempt to make it go 37-0.
Laird will hold, and Metzger will attempt to add the 37th point here in this first half with still almost 5 minutes to play. It's placed, it's kicked, it's up, it's good as they come back up the field. 4:56 to play in the first half. It's Ruston 37, the Jonesboro Heights Tigers nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football. Off goes to the far side, rolls around, picked up at the 15 to the 20, falls forward to the 25-yard line. That's where the Tigers will put it in play, and a flag goes into the middle of the pile-up out there. As we're starting to see a lot of yellow right now. As it is, the Tigers ball 1st and 10 around their 25-yard line. Let's now wait the flag. And we've got a personal foul against the Ruston Bearcats, so we'll add 15 more yards on it for the Jonesboro Heights Tigers. Move them up to the 40-yard line where they'll put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go. 4:51 left here in this second period. It's Ruston 37 and the Tigers nothing. In this battle of #1s tonight before this huge crowd here at Jonesboro Heights. It has been all Bearcats so far. The Tigers here in this second period did get to the Ruston 10-yard line, but were unable to move it in. It is first down and 10 for the Tigers now from their own 40-yard line. Here they come. Put a wing to the left side. Well, put them in the slot to the left with the end split out. And the quarterback drops back, shoots it upfield. It's going to be incomplete. Down around the Ruston 47-yard line. Charles Green back defending. And it was intended for number 84 for the Tigers. That is Raymond Burns.
Bob, once again, Bearcat Blitzkrieg offensively as they just scored. Derek Payne a 7-yard run. That was a 56-yard drive, make that 4 plays, and only 36 seconds off the clock. Metzger was good on the extra point conversion, 37-0, and that score came at 4 minutes and 56 seconds to play.
Second down and 10 for the Tigers. Right end split to this side. The ball on the far hash mark. Man in slot to this side. Harrell rolls to this right side. Puts it downfield. It's complete to the Ruston 42-yard line. Kevin Jackson on the reception.
So far on the night, as mentioned, that was a 36-yard for the Bearcats. Make that 36 seconds to score. Prior to that, 31 seconds, 38 seconds to go 48 yards. And on the last 3 drives, combined 190 yards in only 8 plays. time consumption, 1:45. Bob, you couldn't even poach an egg in that time.
No, you sure can't. Not at all. It's first down and 10 for the Tigers at the Ruston 42-yard line. Here they come. Slot set up to this right side. The ball on this near hash mark. Big rush coming in. It's held, intercepted. Big number 72, Brian Houston. He gets it back to the 49. Rick, how many times have we mentioned his name, him being in the middle of the action tonight? And there he is. Harold threw it right to him.
He did indeed, and Houston had this grandiose scheme of running 50 yards for a score, but he didn't get it as he was tackled. There is a penalty down there thrown in front of the Jonesboro bench. We didn't see the flag. Where is the flag?
Apparently it's right in front of the Tiger bench down around the 50-yard line. No, here it is back at the Ruston 34-yard line, way back upfield.
And that will negate the interception by Houston. And Jonesboro will retain the ball as the Bearcats were guilty of holding on that play.
Well, Bryant's just got tough luck all the way around. He lost that big run last week and now lost the interception all the way around. So it'll move the ball to the Ruston 32-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go, Tigers. 4:16 to play on the clock here in this second period. Here comes Jonesboro Hodge. Once again, we'll try to dent that Ruston goal line, but we've got a timeout called by Ruston. Our score, Ruston 37, Jonesboro Hodge nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
16 seconds to play in the first half of tonight's contest. The Ruston Bearcats out on top by a score of 37-0 over Jonesboro. Jonesboro has threatened once tonight, turned the ball over on downs. They are threatening again as they have the ball. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line, as Jonesboro looking to be the first team to put points on the board against the Bearcats this year.
On this near hash mark from the Ruston 32, slot set up to this right side. Harold drops back. Big rush coming against Harold. He throws it as far as he can throw it into the end zone. It is incomplete. Intercepted. It's intercepted in the end zone by, who is that? Michael Thompson, number 18, has picked it off in the end zone. It was intended for number 84, Raymond Burns, and the Bearcats will take it over on the turnover at their own 20.
It was a jump ball as Harold was under pressure. He lofted it in the end zone. It was anybody's ball, but Michael Thompson, 6'1", jumped higher, came down with the ball, and an interception as he fell into the end zone. Or did he? Yes, he did, and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line as Bearcats take over, leading 37-0.
Well, we've had exciting plays galore in this first half. Even though it is totally lopsided, 37-0, we've still got 4 minutes, 6 seconds to play. Here come the Bearcats. To the line, give it off to Malcolm over the right side. Malcolm out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And Bradford is out there on the stop along with Cassius Sims for the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge. Malcolm on the carry on the first down play, and it'll bring up second down and short yardage to go, about 3.5. 3:44. The clock continues to move along here in this first half. We're heading it toward halftime with a score of 37-0, and I don't believe anybody in the country would have believed this would have happened here tonight. Here come the Bearcats with a wing set to the right side. Laird on a little draw to Malcolm. Malcolm falls forward, maybe to the 29. And that is Jimmy Cooper on the stop for Jonesboro. He's going to be very close to his first down after just falling forward mainly. He's to the 29, a yard shy, a 3rd and 1.
Number 78 for Jonesboro got excellent penetration there. Jimmy Cooper, the left tackle, 245 pounds, managed to trip up Malcolm probably at his most vulnerable spot, which would be his ankles, since he moves very well and he can cut very well. So if you can get him at the ankles, you can get him down and trip him up.
Okay, 3rd down, about a half yard to go for the Bearcats. Wing set to the right side. That's Summerall. Give it to Payne over the right side. Payne to the 35. Payne to the 40. Payne to the 42-yard line. First down for the Bearcats at their own 42. Number 62, Chris Williams, finally on the stop for the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. 2:43 to play here in this second period. And, Rick, I think we'll see nothing but ground attack now for the Bearcats.
Right. I was thinking about a spot of vulnerability for Payne. It might be his shoelace, since most of it is his legs, 185 pounds. You hit him in the ankles, it's going to be hard to bring him down. You got to get him a little bit lower than that.
1st and 10 at their 42. Wing set to the right side. That's Summerall. Fumble in the backfield. Laird recovers as Malcolm passed him by. It looked like it was going to be a rollout to the right by Laird, but Malcolm came a little bit too close and knocked the ball out of his hand. So a big loss. Cooper back there for the Tigers. So a big loss back to the 37. It's going to bring up second down and long. They've got to go to the Jonesboro Hodge 48. 37-0 coming to the 2-minute mark of the second period here at Jonesboro Tiger Stadium tonight. Here come the Bearcats. Second down and long yardage from their own 37-yard line. Summerall on the wing to this left side, split the right end out across the way. Give the ball to Payne. Payne looking for some room over this left side. Payne's going to be knocked down maybe a yard by Dana Levitt. And may have gotten a yard, not much more, up to the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and a huge chunk of yardage needed for the first down for the Bearcats. A minute and a half showing left here in this first half. It's been all Ruston so far tonight. They took the opening kickoff and couldn't move an inch against this Jonesboro Hodge defense. They had to kick it away, but since then they have taken control over the three-time defending AA state champ Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge. Third down with a slot set to the right side. Laird drops back. All the time in the world, he's got a man wide open, but can't make connection way across the way. It would have been short of a first down anyway at the midfield stripe intended for John Carr. And Carr was wide open, Rick. That's one of the few errant passes we have seen Laird throw so far.
That's right. Laird was rolling to that side as Carr was cutting to the outside, the far side. And Laird just threw it out past Carr's outstretched hands as he dove for it, bringing up a fourth down, and we will see the punting unit for the Bearcats. What's going through my mind, Bob, is we're seeing lightning quick and laser precision as far as offense for the Bearcats 1990.
That's for sure so far in the first 2.5 ball games. Bradford and Burns back to receive Metzger's punt. And a high snap over his head, and he's going to be down at the 12-yard line. First down and 10 for the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge with 58 seconds showing on the clock. So a big break for the Tigers right before halftime to try and get something on the board and dent that Ruston goal line for the first time this year.
High snap went right through Michael Metzger's hands, and all he could do was just to recover, fall on the ball. Big play, pumping up the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers as they have an excellent opportunity to put points on the board before the first half ends. 37-0, they're trailing, and they have 58 seconds to go. As Bob said, ball is on the 11-yard line.
They've got 2 timeouts left also, Rick. 58 seconds left here in this first half. And here they come to the line. Split the right end out, put the man in the slot to this side. That is Jackson. And Bradford, the deep man. And Quarles is going to roll to the left. He's got room as he heads to the corner. Touchdown! And the Bearcats have finally been scored on following a bad snap on the punt attempt. And the first points of the year have just shown up on the board against them. 37-6. Eric Quarles on a roll out to the left side. He faked it to Bradford. And that Bearcat defense, of course, keying on Bradford, went for it. And Quarles was in a foot race to the corner of the end zone, and he made it.
That brings back some nightmares from last year's Brother Martin overtime. That's exactly what they did. They went around that left side, and Harrell went in untouched. 11 yards and 6 points on the board for the Tigers as the score is 37-6 with 50 seconds to play. Extra point attempt for the Bearcats.
Jake Keskey to hold, and the kick is good. And that is number 35, Keola Larson. 50 seconds to play before halftime. It's Ruston 37, Jonesboro Hodge 7. You're listening to Bearcat football. And then that is the half. We have finished one half of play here at Jonesboro Hodge tonight in the battle of the number ones, the battle of the running backs, and it has been all Ruston so far as they lead the field. Our score, Ruston 37, the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers 7. Stay with us now. Coming up at halftime, we're going to have a conversation with a well-known fellow here in Jonesboro and throughout Jackson Parish in North Louisiana, Raymond Doc Jeffries, a sports writer here in Jonesboro. But first of all, we'll take a break for 1 minute. A 60-second break. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
We haven't seen the battle of the running backs as Bradford picked up 22 yards in the first half. Malcolm 47. We're going to turn this now over to the voice of the Bearcats, Bob Day.
And Metzger's kick goes deep, and it's going to bound around and taken by number 32. This is Sean Osborne, and a big hit put on him at the 24-yard line of Jonesboro. It'll be first down and 10 yards to go. Number 39 on that lick, and that's Chris Windley. And we've got a score from Monroe tonight. In the fourth period, it's Neville 14 and Wassman 7. Neville 14, Wassman 7. That's in the fourth period. First down and 10 yards to go. Well, Rick, you're talking about the battle of the running backs. Both of these defenses are so keyed on those two running backs. It's just almost impossible for them to get a loose. 37-7, just starting the second half. It was a long, long first half. Here come the Tigers. Eric Harrell, your quarterback. He's got them spread out. A double wing, lone setback behind Harrell. He drops back, rush coming. It's almost intercepted, but it's complete to Jackson. Kevin Jackson, he's out across the 32 around the 35-yard line. So here come the Tigers out throwing it. Number 47, Kamichi Womack back there. And also Michael Thompson for the Ruston Bearcats. First down, 10 yards to go, Tigers at their own 35-yard line on a pass play and completion on the first play of the second half. So will we see the Tigers come out throwing it and more or less disdain their running attack with Norm Bradford. Here they come, same formation. Double wing set up, left end split out. Lone setback behind Harrell. Now Jackson in motion. They're going to pitch it back to Jackson. And Jackson fumbles the ball way back inside the 25, back to the 23-yard line. Brian Houston is back there making sure that nothing is done with the football. So a big, big loss on the play. Back inside the 25. They'll mark it around the 23.
Bob, Kevin Jackson coming into tonight's game, 5'8", 135. He has been the spark plug, and he has breathed the spark life into the Tigers. With our score 37-7, Ruston over Jonesboro, Bob, you got to say the momentum's on the Tigers' side, believe it or not, as they had scored right before the first half.
Well, would you believe that game in Monroe, they apparently have not called timeouts, had a penalty, or thrown a pass. There's only 8 1/2 minutes to play in that football game. It's 14-7 Neville, and we're just starting the second half. Here come the Tigers. Second down and long. Harrell throws it as far as he can. It's intercepted by Rodney Young. Young back to the 45, to midfield, to the 45, to the 40, to the 37-yard line. Goes Rodney Young before he's tripped up by number 84, Raymond Burns of the Tigers. Once again, Eric Harrell threw it just as far as he could, but it was a little too far, and Rodney Young pulled it down over his shoulder and carried it back now, they say, the 36 of Jonesboro Hodge. First down and 10 yards to go, Bearcats at that point.
Eric was looking for Norman Bradford as he was running a post pattern for all the marbles, and the problem was that it came a little short, and it went over Rodney Young's shoulder as he picked the ball up for the interception. Here's the Bearcats.
Ball on the far hash mark. Here comes Malcolm, and Malcolm is going to be knocked down back at the 40. Number 82, Mario Cottenham. Mario Cottenham on the stop for the Tigers. So loss on the play, back out to the 40. About a 4-yard loss for the Ruston Bearcats. It'll bring up second down and 14 at the Tiger 40-yard line.
Jimmy Rudd, could you please move your vehicle?
Ball resting halfway between the two hash marks at the 40-yard line of the Tigers. Here come the Bearcats. Split car this time far across the way out on the right. Put wing on this near side. That's Todd Summerall. And a draw play to Payne. Payne's going to be knocked down back at the 45-yard line. Number 42 back there to get him. And Timmons was on the stop along with Charles Paget. Back at the 44, they'll mark it. So third down and long yardage to go for the Ruston Bearcats at the 44-yard line of the Tigers.
Jonesboro playing inspired defense right now, as you saw Paget and Timmons break through and just hold Derek Payne for a loss on that play, and holding the Bearcats here is very crucial.
Okay, a wing on this left, and Carr split to the right, and Laird rolls to the right. He's got Carr. He puts the ball downfield. He has got Carr, but it falls incomplete. Good coverage back there. 88 back for the, that is Ken Garner for the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers, and Rick, he played that just perfect against John Carr.
He did indeed. Once again, the timing pass between Laird and Carr, it was down, out, and then all the way down the sidelines. Laird laid it up there very well, and then Ken Garner, he played it perfectly, got his hand up, deflected the ball, goes for it, incompletion, as the Bearcats face fourth down.
And Metzger in the punt. Keep in mind the last one now. The snap went way over his head, and that's been Jonesboro's point so far tonight. They scored following that mishandled punt. Metzger gets a good snap this time. Big rush. It's blocked. And it's picked up and fumbled around. And let's see. The Tigers are going to have it at their 44-yard line. Norman Bradford on the block for the Tigers of Jonesboro Hodge. So good field position following the block punt by the Tigers. First and 10 at their 44.
There was nobody back deep for the Tigers. They were going for the block the whole way. It was Norman Bradford that got through, blocked the punt off of Michael Metzger's foot. And as mentioned, our score 37-7, Bearcats over the Tigers. Momentum definitely on the side of the Tigers here in Caldwell Peacock Stadium.
At their own 44-yard line, 8:49 to play here in this third quarter. 37-7 Bearcats lead. Here come the Tigers up. Double wing once again. Ball on the far hash. Bradford comes in motion. Give the ball to Bradford. Bradford trying to find a hole over this right side. Slithers his way up to the 49-yard line before he is knocked down by Houston Graham and also Jeff Young. Second down and a good 5 yards to go after a pickup of 5 for Norman Bradford on that first down carry. The ball at their own 49-yard line of the Tigers. 8:24 and counting left in this third period. If you didn't get that score from Monroe, it was Neville 14, Wassman 7 with 8.5 minutes to play in that football game. Here come the Tigers, double wing once again. Here comes Bradford in motion. Pitch it back to Bradford. Coming around this right side is not Bradford. This is number 23, Bobby Joe Johnson, and he's going to be knocked down back at the 40 by Bobby Williams, big number 88. And they mark it at the 41-yard line. So a big loss. It's going to be third down, 13 yards to go. They've got to go to the Bearcat 46-yard line to move the chains. Third down coming up now for the Tigers. So, Rick, both of these defenses have come out just like we got the game started. They're both in high gear.
And the offensive, we're not seeing what we saw in the first period. Defensive struggle right here in the second period.
Third down, a good 13 yards to go. The ball at the Tiger 41-yard line. Into the ball game comes Qualls, and Johnson out for the Tigers. Once again, double wing, and we're going to have flags on this as Bradford moved a little early. And here's a pass play that's going to fall incomplete. I believe that was a lateral, and no, it's not a lateral. The officials say it's going to be an incomplete pass. And boy, that thing broke down from the word go. And we've got flags down, and I believe this is going to be a little early movement against the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge.
Well, Bradford's lining up in the slot position. He's not in the backfield starting out this second half, and he started illegal motion, took a couple of steps toward the line before the ball was snapped, and this will go against the Tigers.
It will be declined and bring up 4th down and 13 yards to go for the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge. The ball at their own 46-yard line. And kicking time for Jonesboro Hodge. 4th down and 13 to go. And let's see, we'll send Rodney Young back deep, and John Carr will be the up man for the Bearcats.
For the Bearcats, number 42, Rodney.
And let's see, number 82, Mario Cottenham will do the punting for the Tigers of Jonesboro Hodge. Cottenham starting back on his own 28-yard line. 7:13 to play in this third period. And the big rush coming once again as the Bearcats tried to block it. It goes to Young at the 23. Young looks for a block. He's to the 30. It's going to be knocked down. A huge hit put on him by number 47. That is Orrin Leonard for the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge. 1st down and 10 yards to go for the Bearcats. The ball at their 30.
Well, Bob, Orrin Leonard comes in at 150 pounds. He's putting some heavy licks to this whole Jonesboro Hodge defensive unit. They may give some poundage away, but they sure are not giving up the hits here tonight.
37-7. We're at the 7-minute mark here of this third period. From Jonesboro Hodge, the battle of the number ones, the battle of the running backs. That part hasn't materialized, and the battle of the number ones really hasn't, as it's been all Ruston so far. Slot set to the right side. Give the ball to Malcolm over this left side. Malcolm breaks it into the secondary. Malcolm to the 45. Still fights to the 49-yard line. Big run by Ramon Malcolm over this left side. 1st down and 10 yards to go. Cassius Sims and also Callahan for the Tigers of Jonesboro Hodge. Big boy, they were holding on to that one ankle for dear life.
The two of them were, but it was finally Callahan and Sims and Dana Labatt finally got Malcolm down. He almost broke it. If he could have sprung that last shoelace, he would have been off and gone.
At their 49, 1st down and 10. Summerall in motion. Give it to Malcolm over the right side this time. Malcolm inside the 50 to the Jonesboro Hodge 49-yard line. Let's see, number 50 is getting up on the bottom. That's Cassius Sims, a 5'9", 160-pounder. 2nd down and 8 yards to go at the 49-yard line of the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge. The clock continues to move along. 6:15, still no scoring here in this third period. We still have the same score we had at halftime, 37-7, the Bearcats over the Tigers. Wing set to the right side, split car out to this near side. Give it off to Payne over the right. Payne's got room. Payne's inside the 40. Payne to the 37-yard line before Dana Labette finally makes the stop for the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge. And it's 1st down and 10 yards to go for the Bearcats at that point. Dana Labette of the Tigers on the stop at the 38-yard line of the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. 1st down at the 5:50 mark of the third period.
Bearcat offense we saw in the first half isn't on track here in the second half, and that's primarily responsible to the Jonesboro Hodge defense coming out in the second half.
Okay, a little wing-back reverse to Summerall. Summerall breaks it into the clear once again. He's dragging players with him inside the 20 to around the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. Big run by Summerall. 1st down and 10 for the Bearcats. Rick, he is a handful when he gets up a head of steam.
He is indeed about 215 pounds, 6 foot. Todd Summerall, number 81, the wingback reverse. He almost had a score on that earlier in the first half. Matter of fact, he did have a score, 62 yards, and he almost broke it there for another score, but 1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
At the 17-yard line, this time Summerall on the wing to this left side. The ball on the far hash mark. Carr split out as a wide out. Give the ball to Malcolm over this left side as that offensive line is just taking and going in waves and moving that Jonesboro Hodge defense backward. He's inside the 10, down around the 8-yard line. Cottenham on the stop for the Tigers. It will be second down and a couple of yards to go for a first down. The ball around the 8-yard line of the Tigers. 4:47 and counting as the Bearcats threaten to add more on the board right now. 37-7, they're leading the Tigers from Jonesboro Hodge. Second down, 2 to go. And this time, give it to Payne over the right side. Payne down around the 5-yard line, and a flag goes down. He's got a first down. Number 71 was on the stop, and that is Jerry Mason. And let's see the penalty now. The flag went down at the point of contact. Personal foul against the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. That'll move it in a little bit further, half the distance down to around the 2.5-yard line. It'll be first and goal to go at any rate, though, for the Ruston Bearcats inside the Jonesboro Hodge 5-yard line. Up already by 30 points, 37-7, 4:29 to play here in this third period. Here comes Ruston up around the 3-yard line as we look way down the field and across the field. We've got a wing set to the left side. That's Summerall. Everyone else in tight. Summerall now in motion to the right. Give the ball to Malcolm around this left end. He's going to go in untouched for the touchdown. Ramon Malcolm from 3 yards out. It's Ruston 43, Jonesboro Hodge 7. 4 minutes, 11 seconds left in this third quarter.
Once again, they sent Summerall the wingback motion here to the far side and then handed the ball off to Malcolm coming around this side. He had the wide field to run, and he had the angle. Goes in untouched. Bearcats score first in the second period with Metzger coming in to try the extra point.
Out of the hold of Brad Laird, trying to add the 44th point here tonight. We'll wait to snap, and it's placed. It's up, and it is no good. So the first miss of the night. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the third. Our score, Ruston 43, Jonesboro Hodge 7. You're listening to Bearcat football.
Metzger missed the extra point. 43-7 is our score. Bearcats over the Tigers.
Metzger's kick. It goes deep to this side. It's going to bound around and be picked up by Jackson. Coming up this near side. Looks for running room out to the 29-yard line. And that's going to be all Rowdy Yates we see down on the bottom of the pile for the Ruston Bearcats, along with number 36, William Alphonse. First down, 10 yards to go. They'll mark the ball at the Tigers' 30-yard line.
Bob Malcolm's 2-yard run capped off the 70-yard drive. 8 plays by the Bearcats. They got 5 first downs on that last drive. And the score came in 4 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the third period. 43-7 is where we stand.
At the 30-yard line for the Tigers, first down and 10 to go. 4:04 to play in the third. Here they come. The ball on this near hash. And once again from the double wing. Harold, the quarterback, lone set back behind. Bradford coming in motion this side. Bradford looking for room. Bradford's going to be knocked down back at the 25-yard line. About a 5-yard loss. Bobby Williams was the first man to hit him there for Ruston. And then number 26, Chris Young, came in to help out. A loss of 4, let's see, will it be 4 or 5? Loss of 4 back at the 26-yard line. It'll be second down and 14 yards to go. Second down, 14 at their 26-yard line. Clock moves along down to 3.5 minutes to play here in the third. 43-7, Ruston over the Tigers. Here comes Jonesboro Hodge to the line. This same formation they've used every down so far here in this second half. Bradford coming in motion once again. And a little wingback reverse to Jackson. Jackson's finding room over that left side. Jackson's going to be tripped up around the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. It's going to leave about 5 yards to go for the first down. Rodney Young also over there for the Ruston Bearcats on the stop, along with Michael Thompson. It'll be third down and a good about 5 yards to go at the Jonesboro Hodge 36-yard line. 2:47 and counting here in the third. 43-7 if you're just joining us. It's been all Ruston so far here tonight. The Jonesboro Hodge touchdown came following a fumble snap on a punt snap, and then they carried it in from 10 yards out. Here's Harrell looking for a receiver. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Jackson over here on this near side. Over defending was number 46, Pat Harris, for the Bearcats. It's going to bring up fourth down and about 5. And kicking time once again for Jonesboro Hodge as Mario Cottenham comes into the game.
We got some UFOs around here in the booth here tonight. These are what, flying crickets or UFC?
I don't know what these things are. But they're big, whatever they are.
I hope they don't bite.
Yeah.
There's one on your back.
Okay. Well, at least Rick got that one off me. Okay, Cottonham standing back around his 22-yard line. Rodney Young back at his 20. Here comes the rush. He gets a good high punt away. Rodney Young's going to take it at his 30, fumbles it around, picks it up. Now looking for a blocker, and there ain't nobody down there. Nothing there but blue jerseys. And a fumble, and Jonesboro Hodge has got it. He fumbled it, and the Tigers have got it at the Ruston 30-yard line, number 52. Waters, Eric Waters has recovered the fumble for the Tigers. So, Rick, another big break for the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers.
Big break, even though they're trailing now 43-7 here with 2 minutes and 13 to play in the third period. That brings the crowd back into the game as some folks had started to leave, and it adds some more spark into the offense for the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers as Rodney Young bobbled the ball, picked it up, and he had no blockers in front of him, and he fumbled the ball, recovered by Eric Waters of the Tigers. So it's 1st and 10, Jonesboro Hodge.
On the far hash mark at the 31-yard line of the Bearcats, here comes Bradford in motion from that double wing. Bradford almost fumbled that pitch up, but he got a hold of it, and Bradford's going to be knocked down at the 31-yard line. No gain. And Bradford is a very tired young man, and he is down. He is hurt on the field. Number 58 made the stop for the Bearcats, and number 58 belongs to Terrence Hicks. So we've got a break in the action, timeout with 2:04 to play. It's Ruston 43, Jonesboro Hodge 7. You're listening to Bearcat football.
3-7 and 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the third period. Norman Bradford is down on the ground. Took a hit, and hopefully it's just the wind knocked out of him. He had been going both ways. It is a hot and humid night here, Bob.
Rick, it doesn't look good, and that is something we certainly hope it's not serious. We've got a score from Monroe. Neville 17, Wassman 7 late in the fourth period. Bradford so far tonight has 11 carries for 24 yards. 11 carries for 24 yards. And that score from Monroe late in the ballgame now. Neville 17, Wassman 7. With Bradford still down, it doesn't look good, but we're keeping our fingers crossed for sure for this young man, one of the outstanding high school prospects in the entire state of Louisiana. With 2:04 to play in this third period, 43-7, Ruston on top. Let's take another break. You're listening to Bearcat football.
Stadium in Jonesboro Hodge as Norman Bradford now up and looking well. He has been going both ways tonight. Our score is 43-7. Ruston over Jonesboro. There was a big scare as Bradford had been down on the ground, and the trainers and coaches were looking at him. He is now being directed to the sideline. He will sit out for a little bit and collect his wherever he's at, and they're putting ice on his back, so maybe he took a helmet in the back as he was going down. And 43-7 is the score. Jonesboro Hodge capitalizing on a fumble by Rodney Young and trying to put more points on the board.
Second down, 10 yards to go from the Bearcat 31-yard line. From the double wing, same formation. Everybody jumps, flags go down. And it's going to be a little motion, illegal procedure against the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. This will move them 5 yards further back out to the 36-yard line of the Bearcats and bring up second down and 15 at the Ruston 36. 1:42 left to play here in this third period. It's been all Ruston so far tonight, 43-7. The Bearcats winning last year over Jonesboro Hodge by a score of 25-0 up in Ruston. Here come the Tigers to the line. The ball on this near hash. Same double wing setup behind Harrell, the quarterback, Eric Harrell, and he's dropping back. He's being rushed. He puts a pass downfield. It's going to be incomplete. In and out of the hands of his intended receiver, number 21. That was Edward Scott, the intended receiver, and he had Bearcats all around him.
Next week's action, Bob, the Bearcats will be at home in James Stadium as the Minden Crimson Tide will be coming into town to play the Bearcats, as Jonesboro Hodge will be going to West Washita to take on West Washita next week.
Third down and 15 yards to go for the Tigers of Jonesboro Hodge from the Ruston 36-yard line. Same double wing formation. Give it off to Jackson, trying to find room around that left side. He skirts around. He's going to be tripped up after maybe a yard gain at the 35-yard line. Robbie Yates caught him from behind, knocked him down, and he is down. And that is Kevin Jackson, number 11, injured on the field for the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers with 1:09 to play in the third period. Our score, Ruston 43, Jonesboro Hodge 7. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
You mean Direct defeated Wattsman by a score of 17-7. So Neville goes 3-0 on the year. Wattsman 1-2, 17-7 final out of Monroe. Jackson is up and walking off. 43-7 is our score here in Jonesboro tonight. It's been all Bearcats in the first half, I should say. Second half hasn't been all Bearcats, matter of fact. Jonesboro Hodge defense playing excellent, causing a turnover, and it is a 4th down for Jonesboro and possible punting.
Well, it's 4th down, 13 yards to go at the Ruston 34-yard line, and here come the Tigers going for it. Nothing to lose now with only a minute left to play in the third period, down 43-7. And once again from the double wing, here comes Harrell, dropping back. Harrell, big rush put on him, shoots a pass down. It's intercepted, and back out to the 34-yard line runs number 26, and that is Chris Young. And they turn the ball over, and the Bearcats will put it in play, and they say his knee touchdown at the 34 of the Ruston Bearcats. First down, 10 yards to go at that point. 49 seconds left here in the third quarter, and the Ruston Bearcats take over. 1st and 10, 43-7. Ruston on top of the Tigers.
And Bob, that turnover is sending some more folks out of the stadium. Jonesboro Hodge fans, as the turnover for the Bearcats brings the offense out.
It has been a hot night, and the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers are going to take a timeout with 49 seconds left here in this third period. Timeout on the field. Our score, Ruston 43, Jonesboro Hodge Tigers 7. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
Louisiana, as Bearcats have just picked up the ball on an interception by number 26, Chris Young. Brad Laird, and the offense is out as they lead by a score, once again, 43-7.
At their own 34-yard line, it's first down, 10 yards to go, 49 seconds to play here in this third quarter. And here come the Bearcats with the right end. Carr split out across the way, and a wing to that side, and give the ball to Malcolm. Malcolm breaks it out to the sideline, and look out. He may be gone. He's got one man he's got to beat, and that one man will never catch him. Malcolm for the touchdown, but we've got a flag at midfield, so we may come back. Oh, what you've got, and it is going to come back. A huge touchdown run by Ramon Malcolm is going to be brought back holding against Ruston. Well, Rick, boy, he broke that one beautiful, but it's all for naught.
All for naught because of an infraction. It's called holding, as Malcolm will have to bring it back, and that will negate a gain for Malcolm that would have put him on over the 100 yards rushing for the evening.
He's got 73 yards right now before that carry, and that would have put him way over the 100-yard mark. Caskey was the only man who had a chance, number 81, Jay Caskey, and he did not have anywhere close to the speed to get him. Malcolm right now, 14 carries for 87 yards. Rather, 12 carries for 87 yards. 12 carries for 87 yards for Malcolm now. 26 seconds and counting, and Bradford, when he left the game, had 11 carries and 24 yards. So it is back to a first down at the Ruston 37-yard line. Give the ball up to Payne. Payne rolls and fights his way and pushes forward out to the 45-yard line. He is stopped out there by number 61 for the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers, and that belongs to C.J. Bradford. It'll bring up second down and about a yard to go. Second down, just about a yard to go. And we're fixing to end this third period of play. That is it. So after 3 quarters from Jonesboro Hodge tonight, it's Ruston 43, the Jonesboro Hodge Tigers 7. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
There it is.
No. He's gone.
Number 26, Dwayne Callahan on the tackle.
Give the ball to Malcolm on the first down of the fourth period, and Malcolm carries it all the way to the Jonesboro Hodge 20-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go, and that'll put Malcolm well over 100 yards on the night. 43-7. Malcolm now 13 carries, 124 yards.
Malcolm just did what he did before. This time there was no holding penalty. Neither did Malcolm get into the end zone for the score, but yet he picked up a big first down as we start off the fourth period, 43-7. Tigers on the short side of the Bearcats.
First down and 10 yards to go, and flags are going to fall as the Ruston players were a little anxious on that. That'll be 5 yards stepped off against them, illegal procedure. That run by Malcolm was for 37 yards, Rick, to put him over the 100-yard mark tonight.
So the running backs that we came to see, Malcolm and Bradford. Bradford is down. He had some ice applied to his back as he was going both ways tonight. 24 yards, did you say, Bob? And,
24 yards on 11 carries.
And Malcolm now over 100 yards.
Okay, number 18, Michael Thompson, the quarterback, leading this second unit in now. And here's a run over this right side, down inside the 15 to around the 12-yard line. Is that William Alphonse? No, that's Sterling Richards, number 28, Sterling Richards, and he looked good on that one. It'll bring up second down about 2.
Statistics through 3 periods, total offense for Jonesboro, 101 yards, Bearcats 357 yards, and penalties, Bearcats 85 yards, 58 yards for Jonesboro.
Left end. Left end split out. Here's Alphonse giving it off to Lowry over the left side. Lowry fights for yardage. Lowry in the end zone, touchdown. Number 19, Stacy Lowry. It is Ruston 49, Jonesboro Hodge 7. Right at the 11-minute mark of the fourth period.
Going back, looking over the record books, 1956 was the last time that Bearcats had gotten more than 40 points against these Jonesboro Hodge Tigers. That score back in 1956 was 42-6. Right now we're at 49-7 with 11 minutes to play as we see Metzger coming in to try for the extra point.
Exactly 11 minutes left in this football game. Waiting the snap out of the hold of Laird. This is not Laird. This is Carr holding, but it's placed, it's kicked, it's up, it's good. It's Ruston 50 and Jonesboro Hodge 7. You're listening to Bearcat football. Metzger gets set to kick it. This is not Metzger kicking. This is number 86, Larry Anderson. It bounces around, and Ruston has recovered it at the Jonesboro Hodge 40-yard line. Well, Jonesboro Hodge couldn't get the handle on it, and let's see who comes up with it. Number 46, and that belongs to Pat Harris. Was it Charles Green, number 45? 46. It was 46. 46, Pat Harris recovered for the Bearcats, and they'll take over first and 10 at the Jonesboro Hodge 40-yard line.
Inadvertent onside kick there as Larry Allen.
First and 10 for the Bearcats from the 40-yard line.
Well, what is happening? We've got police cars heading out of the stadium in a hurry. That's what the sirens you hear. Okay, first down and 10. And here come the Bearcats. Give it off to Lowry over that left side. And Lowry is down near the 35-yard line. Jamison Schultz, a 6-foot, 175-pound junior, as the ambulance heads out now of the stadium.
Stacy Lowry had a 12-yard run for Ruston's score, the first score this year in the fourth period through 3 games. Metzger got the extra point, makes the score 50-7, 66-yard drive, 4 plays. Malcolm had a 37-yard run to set up the score for the Bearcats.
Second down, 7 yards to go at the 36-yard line of the Tigers. Give it to Lowry once again. Lowry fights for yardage. Lowry moving downfield, inside the 30, inside the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. Goes this second-team offensive unit for the Ruston Bearcats. Several Tigers down there. Number 26 we see down there. That is Dwayne Callahan for Jonesboro Hodge, and also Osborne Knox. Well, this Jonesboro Hodge defense, Rick, is just totally, they have to be exhausted right now.
Yeah, it's cooling off somewhat, but still not enough to their likings, and they have going both ways against the Bearcats takes its toll, and now we see Schultz as the quarterback for the Bearcats.
Jamison Schultz, and first down at the 24-yard line. Over the right side once again. Is this is not Lowry this time. Let's see. Okay, this is Richards on to carry this time. Sterling Richards. And he is down to around the 21-yard line. Gain of about 3, second down and 7. Second and 7. Cooper on the stop for the Tigers. Well, Jonesboro Hodge against who next? West Washita next Friday night. And as they move back into the AA ranks, look out ahead because this is one whale of a football team of Coach Joey Pender. Second down, 7 yards to go. And give it off over this right side. Big gaping hole for number 27. That's Danny Young. Young is down to around the 2-yard line. Danny Young is a 5'8", 170-pound sophomore. Rick, these sophomores in these first 3 ball games have been most impressive, and we've got another Jonesboro Hodge Tiger down. 8:47 to play in the game. Ruston 50, Jonesboro Hodge 7. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
We're at 50-7 in favor of the Bearcats over the Tigers. As we were talking about, Bob, the sophomore running backs for the Bearcats, Danny Young, picked up a big gain, and we've been watching at William Alphonse this year, a sophomore, so the backs look good for the Bearcats.
Rick, we're going to have to play in semi-darkness here tonight because we have had a shock on the Ruston side over there. Ruston fan has been shocked. That was the ambulance leaving the stadium with the police department cars, and a Ruston fan has been shocked by one of the light standards, so they have cut that tower off over there. So now we're going to have to figure out what to do because the north end of the field is in semi-darkness, and Coach Chick Childress and Coach Joey Pender right now are out on the field talking to officials, and maybe the best thing to do here would be just let the clock run and end this as quickly as possible. We only hope that Ruston fan is not seriously injured.
And the injured Tiger on the field still has not gotten up, so we're going to take a break. Our score is 50-7. We're in the 4th period. You're listening to Bearcat Football. Come on back.
Well, Rick, this game has just been called. With 8 minutes, 47 seconds left in the football game, this game has just been called off, and Ruston will win it by a score of 50-7. One of the most unusual things we've ever seen. And we, as we said, we only hope this Ruston fan has not been seriously injured, but they emptied those stands on the Ruston side as quickly as possible. Coach Chick Childress and Coach Joey Pender got out as quickly as they could. We also had our Jonesboro Hodge player that was injured, but with 8 minutes, 47 seconds left in this football game, it has been called off, and the Ruston Bearcats will win it by a score of 50-7. Well, Rick, it's a sad way to end this football game. We only hope we will hear good news when we get back to Ruston.
Yes, indeed, Bob. It is a bizarre ending. And,
thank you.
Much credit going out to Coach Joey Pender and Chick Childress for wisely stopping this contest with the lights out at the north side of the field. Score very lopsided, 50-7. A hard-fought contest. Jonesboro Hodge is going to be on to bigger and better things as they get back into their divisional play. And this game is over, 50-7. We got a break for 60 seconds. We'll come back and wrap it up for you. You're listening to Bearcat Football. It's been shortened very wisely by Coach Joey Pender and Chick Childress. The final score tonight.
it long for Davis as the block went only for 20 yards. We're getting set to start as the Ruston Bearcats are second half of action tonight. Bearcats are back on the field, and we're waiting for the Wildcats to take the field. The Wildcats will have first offense. So we're going to take a break for 30 seconds. You're listening to Bearcat Football. Bearcats are leading the visiting Wildcats from Eldorado, Arkansas, coming in tonight ranked 6th in the state of Arkansas. And believe it or not, they're not playing a bad game tonight. They're just playing a Bearcat team that is playing on a level that few people have seen. This audience on the first half has been watched in truly being stunned. Everything is just going incredibly well, as Malcolm has an average carry of 18 yards every time he touches the ball. So that's kind of level that the Bearcats are playing on right now. And Michael Metzger is slated to kick the ball off to get the second half of action underway. We're going to turn this over to the voice of the Bearcats. Here's Bob Day.
Thank you, Rick. Malcolm, so far this year, he's carried the ball 18 times. He's gained 232 yards in a game and a half. So that's off to a very good start for the year 1990. And still, nobody in this crowd can believe what they saw in that second quarter. Here's Metzger's kick. Comes to this near side to number 86. Heading back up the middle of the field. And it's going to be dropped just across his 30-yard line. Around the 31, maybe the 32. And number 44, Rowdy Yates, is a man who made the stop. That was Ray Buggs on the return for Eldorado. So we'll check the Eldorado offense and see who's going to come in and lead it. Whether it will be, well, it's going to be Chris Davis we see already out there at the quarterback spot for Eldorado. A left-handed quarterback. He will send Wes McClure out to this right side as a wingman, splits his left end to the far side. The ball is just inside this near hash mark. And we get the whistles before we get started.
We got a timeout.
So a quick timeout. Let's take a break. You're listening to Bearcat Football. Davis on a pass play out to the left flat. It's complete across the way over there up to the 35-yard line to Ray Buggs. And over for Ruston defending was Michael Thompson for the red-shirted Bearcats along with Charles Green. Gain of about 4 yards. 3 yards will give him. It'll be second down and 7, the ball at their own 35-yard line for the Eldorado Wildcats. Down by a score of 40-0 to the Ruston Bearcats. 40 points in that first half. Here they come. From the I formation once again, McClure on a wing to this right side. Split the left end. Buggs out across the way over in front of the Eldorado bench. The ball on the far hash mark. Second down and 7 yards to go. And the official is over talking to the Eldorado coach, and now we're set to go. Second down and 7 from their own 35. Chris Davis, your quarterback, to start this second half. Davis gives off to the tailback. Quick burst of speed over the middle. That is Steve Miller, and he is out across midfield down to the Ruston 49-yard line before he's brought down by Bobby Williams. And also over there is number 28 we see, and that is Sterling Richards.
Coach Bechtelheimer had to give his team a very, very good speech at halftime because, as mentioned, the Wildcats have not played a poor game tonight. They're just playing a team that's playing way above their level, and they're starting out tonight. The Wildcats did some very good things offensively, and they're doing it here starting off the second half.
First and 10 at the Bearcat 49. Rush is coming on Davis. Shoots the pass into that left flat. It's going to be incomplete. Bobby Williams putting the big rush on Chris Davis, and I believe Davis is hurt, and Davis is hurting bad across the way. And he may have hit his hand on Bobby Williams' helmet. And he is holding that left hand right now, and he went straight to the bench and straight to the ground across the way. And we'll keep an eye on him, but he is in pain right now on that Eldorado bench. This game was 7-0 at the end of the first period, if you can believe that. Okay, we've got a timeout on the field. Our score, Ruston 40, Eldorado nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
Did his hand hit Bobby's helmet? Must have.
Willie Baker is now your quarterback, number 2 for Eldorado. Willie Baker drops back, gives it to the tailback. And this is Steve Miller once again. Miller inside the Ruston 40 down to about the 38-yard line. Before Charles Green and also Matt Cousins are there to bring him down. number 73 coming into action right now for Ruston, and that is Gary Graham. Gary Graham, and number 26 is coming out. That's Chris Young on that Ruston defensive unit. It's first down and 10 yards to go. Wildcats at the Ruston 40, the 38-yard line. First down and 10. Baker gives it off to the fullback. Not much is there, though, and it will bring up just about a second down and 10 yards to go. May have gotten a yard, may have gotten a half yard. That's Frederick Ingram, and getting up off the bottom of that pile is Terrence Hicks.
Miller on the first half had 23 yards on 6 carries. He's starting off the second half just as good, so Bechtelheimer might just keep the ball on the ground and try and make some penetration on the defense for the Bearcats.
No yardage gain that time. It'll be second down and 10. The ball at the Ruston 38-yard line. From the eye once again, Baker flipping back to the tailback, and a big hit put on him back there by Chris Windley. That's Steve Miller on the carry once again. He's going to lose yardage back out to the 42-yard line of the Ruston Bearcats. Back in the field of action comes Chris Young, and heading off is Gary Graham, number 73. It is third down and a long 14 yards to go at the Ruston 42-yard line. Here come the Wildcats with the wing set to this right side. That's Tyrone Hansen, the left end split to the left. And Baker, Willie Baker, being rushed. It's intercepted! And here goes big number 72, lumbering down the field to the 15. 5 touchdown! That is big Brian Houston, 6 feet, 235 pounds, but we've got a flag back at the 45-yard line of Eldorado. So hold on just a moment. Rick, that has to be the most exciting moment of that young man's life, but we've got flags down.
I'm sure he had a good party somewhere in his life, but a 51-yard run caps off his football happiness, I guarantee you.
He'll never do that again. And boy, is he proud of it right now, but let's see what's going to happen. Big Brian Houston, and he showed a little speed out there with all that weight he's carrying around. And so apparently this thing, it's going to be nullified. They're going to bring it back. And Brian just sees all of that going by the wayside.
But he can dream about it.
He can dream about it. You know, next week in school, that will be about a 175-yard touchdown run he has made tonight. Okay, let's see. So they bring it back. A penalty against Ruston, but the turnover does go. The interception is complete. They just nullify the touchdown. A penalty against Ruston that will move it back to the Bearcat 40-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go, and high fives for everyone right now for Brian Houston. First down and 10. Here we go. Number 18 is your quarterback, and that is Michael Thompson. Wing set to the left side. Pitch it back to number 36. Coming this way. Flags go down up to the 45-yard line. Goes number 36, and that is William Alphonse. And we've got a flag down once again on the playing field. They're talking to the Wildcat captain. So another penalty coming up apparently against the Ruston Bearcats. 7:47 to play here in this third period. It's been all Ruston, 40-0 right now.
A lot of clean uniforms in there for the Bearcats as we're starting to see some second and third strings coming in with a 40-0 score. Ruston over Eldorado, and we're going to see some of the infractions that occur with a new person coming in, timing, and there's an illegal block, and is being assessed a clip against the Bearcats, and that's 15 yards assessed.
Carries it back to the 25-yard line. They'll bring up first down and 25 yards to go from the Bearcat 25-yard line. Split the right end out, put a man in the slot to that side. And Michael Thompson, the quarterback, pitches it back to breaks it into the clear, and all the way he is going to go for the touchdown. And that is William Alphonse for the score. 75 yards for William Alphonse right after the penalty. So it is Ruston 46, Eldorado nothing. Rick, this second unit is just as score happy as the first one was.
And so far they are. That's William Alphonse, clean and green, as they would say there, the junior. Number 36, he just gets into the game, and he bowls off a 75-yard run. a 5'8", 180-pound sophomore. So
Rick, I don't think there was anybody put a hand on him, was it?
No, not until we got through to have past the line of scrimmage. He was gone.
He was clean all the way. Okay, set for the point after. And let's see, to attempt this point after is going to be Ryan. Nope, this is Larry Anderson. Larry Anderson to try the point after. And John Carr will hold. They forgot the kicking tee, and now here we go, trying to hurriedly get it off. 7:16 to play in the third. Here's the snap, the place, it's kicked, it's up, it is good. As they come back up the field, it's Ruston 47, Eldorado nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football.
Bearcats in front, 47-0.
Scored for the Ruston Bearcats 75-yard run. Larry Anderson with the point after, making the score 47-0. 47-0. 7 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the third period. A 60-yard drive, one play, and 57 yards. We have a score to pass along from Monroe tonight. It is Marshall 14, Marshall, Texas 14, Neville 14. That is at the end of the third period.
All right, what a football game. Well, Neville is apparently for real over there, playing that highly ranked Marshall 5A team out of the state of Texas to a 14-14 deadlock right now in the third. Here's the kick, and it floats around, going to come up short and going to roll around, and has Ruston got it? Ruston has the football! Eldorado never made an attempt to recover it, and number 18, Michael Thompson, has got it. Well, Rick, we've seen it all now.
We have indeed. They're playing on a level as we've talked about, but that is an excellent mental play by Michael Thompson. The ball just has to travel 10 yards, then it is a free ball. This ball traveled more than 10 yards. Eldorado just stood around, didn't want to pick the ball up. Thompson dove on it. It's Ruston's ball at the 29, and here they go again.
Okay, Michael Thompson, who just recovered it, is the quarterback, and let's see, we've got another break. It's timeout on the field. Our score, Ruston 47, Eldorado nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football. They never even made an attempt.
That's a mental thing.
Huh?
7 and then I was going to say Neville because I just got their score. Neville is tied with Marshall, by the way, 14-14 to end the 3. Eldorado has no points, 47-0. They just committed one mental error on a kickoff. Eldorado did not go for the ball. Michael Thompson on Ruston Bearcats did. So the kickoff from the Bearcats turned into a turnover for the Bearcats, and here they go again.
I don't believe the Neville game will be like this, though, do you?
No.
I just don't believe. First down and 10 at the Wildcat 29-yard line. Thompson, the quarterback. Thompson gives off to the first man through. This is Lowry, Chris Lowry, down to about the 26-yard line. Over the left side, looking for running room. And rather, Stacy Lowry, not Chris Lowry, Stacy Lowry. And on the stop for Eldorado was one of those big interior linemen. It was Frederick Ingram, 205 pounds. Number 17, this is Bruce Collier trotting on the field. And coming off number 82 for Ruston, and that is Michael Bosberg. Second down and a good 7 yards to go at the 26-yard line of the Wildcats. Here comes in motion the wingman. Gave it off to Lowry once again. Lowry cuts over the left side, cuts back to his right. Down to the 21-yard line he goes, where he is met there by number 61 for the Eldorado Wildcats. And we don't have one of those on our sheets. And also number 59 out there, Corinthian Russell. It is at the 22-yard line. Third down, 2 yards to go, just a tad over 2 yards to go for the Bearcats from Ruston High. Number 22 comes into the game. This is DeAnthony Livingston. Michael Thompson brings them up to the line. Number 18, your quarterback. He is a 6'1", 185-pound junior. And here goes Alphonse Williams once again. And he is inside the 10, going to be out of bounds across the way around the 5-yard line. Rick, have we discovered a new running back? This is a sophomore, and he is running like wild.
We saw him a little bit last week. He wasn't on our roster, understandably so, only being a sophomore. But he has shown us things last week. This week is just... Yeah, we are seeing a running back. We're seeing a good one, too, and he's a sophomore, And he's got speed. He's got size for being that sophomore, 180 pounds.
We're seeing the birth of a future star here at Ruston High maybe tonight. It's first down and goal to go for the Bearcats. Give it to him once again. Touchdown, Stacy Lowry. Stacy Lowry from the 6-yard line. It is Ruston 53, Eldorado nothing. Well, Rick, you're keeping it on the ground. You're not trying to run up the score. There's not a whole lot, there's not anything else you can do.
No, there isn't. The thing is, one of these drives consisted of 1 play, 2 play, 4 plays, 6 plays, 6 plays, and 5 plays on the evening. That last drive was only 4 plays, so it's blitzkrieg, lightning. It's not intentional. It's turnovers and score.
And we've got a sophomore now approaching 100 yards rushing here in the third quarter. Here's the try for point after. It's up. It's good. So as they come back up the field, 5:06 to play in the third. It's Ruston 54, Eldorado nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football.
In front of the Wildcats from Eldorado.
Jesus.
Back at James Stadium, Stacy Lowry just scored on a 6-yard run. Larry Anderson with the extra point. 54-0 is the score with 5 minutes and 6 seconds to play in the third period.
Larry Anderson's kickoff fumbled around once again. Here come the Bearcats, and it's finally picked up and moved out across the 30-yard line up to about the 32-yard line. And on the stop down there for Ruston, we see the man getting him off the bottom is Matt Cousin. Matt Cousin on the stop for the Ruston defensive unit. It'll be first down and 10 yards to go. They mark the ball at the Eldorado 31-yard line. Totally unbelievable here at James Stadium, the opening home game for the Ruston Bearcats tonight against this high-powered Eldorado, Arkansas unit that comes in ranked number 6 in the state of Arkansas. They have been totally dominated by Ruston, 54-0 now, 4:41 to play in the third period. Handed off once again to the trailing man through. This is Steve Miller, and he is up to about the 34-yard line. Chris Young on the stop for the Ruston Bearcats.
We've been comparing the Bearcats to a well-oiled machine. We've got to move them to another level of the laser technology, the way they're playing here tonight. Just cutting, slicing, scoring quickly, and 54-0 is the score.
It's been unbelievable what has happened since about midway in the second quarter. Willie Baker, the quarterback, he is just going to be hemmed in and knocked hard to the ground. Chuck Mason is there. Also, Kamichi Womack for the Ruston Bearcats. Willie Baker, the third-team quarterback, in now. They started with Reggie Thomas and then Chris Davis here in the third quarter before he injured a hand on a pass play. And now Willie Baker is your quarterback, number 2. And Willie Baker is a 5'4", 140-pound sophomore. That's what Coach Bechtelheimer is with right now, a sophomore quarterback. Here's another pass. It's going to be intercepted. And here he goes down the sideline for touchdown. And that is Charles Green, number 45. Charles Green all the way down the far side for the touchdown. Nope, that's not Charles Green. That was number 46, Pat Harris. Pat Harris, number 46, down the sidelines for another Ruston score. It is Ruston 60, Eldorado nothing. Another big defensive turnover for the Ruston Bearcats, and they just continue to mount it up. And Eldorado right now just seems to be helpless as far as trying to do anything to stop this roller that's coming at them from the Ruston Bearcats. Okay, Larry Anderson to try the point after once again as the stadium is emptying rather rapidly. Anderson awaiting the snap. It's placed, it's kicked, it's up, it is good. So as they come back up the field, our score now, it is Ruston 61, Eldorado nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football.
Back at James Stadium, our score is 61-0. Ruston over Eldorado as a defensive touchdown by Pat Harris, a 36-yard interception return at 2 minutes and 54 seconds to play in the third period.
Anderson's kick bounds around at the 20. It's picked up, coming back upfield. Hard hit put on at the 30-yard line by number 26, Chris Young of the Ruston Bearcats. And returning the kick It was, let me see, Nikki Baker on the return for the Eldorado Wildcats out to their own 30-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go. And I believe if you go through these stands tonight, Rick, and ask anybody if they would have thought something like this was going to happen when you've got the number 1 team in the state of Louisiana, the number 6th ranked team in the state of Arkansas, Eldorado, and something like this would have happened, everybody would have thought you would have been crazy. And another interception for the Ruston Bearcats at the 30-yard line. This is number 57, Craig Ellis. So another interception, and it's first down and 10 for Ruston at the Eldorado 29-yard line.
Well, what can you say? There was the quarterback coming in. He's a sophomore for Eldorado. The coach Bechtelheimer is electing to throw the ball up. He's under tremendous pressure from the Bearcat line, and Ellis picks up an interception. And here come the Bearcats on offense with 1:44 to play in the third period. Our score is 61-0. Ruston over Eldorado.
Yeah, you still got another quarter to go, keep in mind. Okay, Jamison Schultz now comes in at quarterback for Ruston. 6 foot, 175-pound junior. Jamison Schultz, and here he comes. Stacy Lowry is one of the running backs. Also, Alphonse Williams, the other back. And this time from a straight tee, give it off to number 28, heading outside. This is Sterling Richards on the carry down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line before he's hemmed up, knocked down by Cook, and also Midyet for the Eldorado Wildcats at the 24-yard line. Gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5. Number 27, Danny Young coming onto the field. Number 28, Sterling Richards coming out. 61-0. The Ruston Bearcats over the Wildcats from Eldorado. From a full house backfield now. No fancy stuff, just give it and run it ahead. And over that left side, inside the 20, down to about the 19. And this is Stacy Lowry on the carry, and apparently we're fixing to attempt a field goal. But Coach Chick Childers is going to pull out everything he can try to do right now, leading by a score of 61-0. Just try to end the thing. 27 seconds, the clock is running. And let's see, Larry Anderson is apparently going to try a field goal on a first down play from 25-yard line. This will be a 35-yard attempt.
Field goal attempt by Larry Anderson from the 25.
Anderson is a junior, so he is the future kicker here at Ruston. And here's the snap. It's placed. Its kick. It's going to be way short into the end zone. No good. So Eldorado will take over as Ruston attempted a field goal on first down, and that's the end of the third period. After 3 quarters, it's Ruston 61, Eldorado nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football. What's the yardage now?
Yes. Number 42.
Hand off to the second man through for the Eldorado Wildcats out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line, and it will bring up second down and about 8 yards to go. For Ruston on the stop was Craig Ellis. We have another score for you from Cedar Creek. Cedar Creek is over St. Mary's right now by a score of 34-0. Cedar Creek 34, St. Mary's nothing. We're into the fourth and final period here at James Stadium. It's Ruston 61, Eldorado nothing. Ruston 61, Eldorado nothing, just starting this fourth period. Willie Baker, your quarterback, sophomore, in for the Wildcats. Give it off to the second man through, fighting for yardage out across the 25, up to about the 27. Miller on the carry. And on the stop for Ruston, let's see, we see Matt Kuzan and also Craig Ellis for the Bearcats. It'll be third down and about 3 yards to go for Eldorado. The ball at their own 27-yard line. 10:45 and the clock moving left in this football game. And what a game folks have witnessed here tonight. Ruston has played just about as perfect a football game as a high school coach could ask. Hand off to the first man through. Not much doing up near the 29-yard line, close to the 30. This is Miller, and let's see, number 72 out there. That is Brian Houston for Ruston, and also on the stop is Corinthian Russell for the Ruston Bearcats.
Bob, we got an update from Neville and Marshall. Neville just scored. It's 21-14. Neville over Marshall with 4 minutes and 36 seconds to play in that game in Monroe. That's Neville 21, Marshall 14 in the fourth.
Well, you know by that score, Neville is a powerhouse over there this year. 21-14, Neville over Marshall, Texas, late in the fourth quarter. It's fourth down and about a half yard to go for the Eldorado Wildcats. Here they come to the line, going for it from their own 29 and getting the first down. Out across the 30 goes the quarterback, Willie Baker, on a quarterback keeper up to about the 33-yard line. Brought down by a whole host of Bearcats, led by, let's see, number 57, Craig Ellis, and also Mike Reeves in there for the Bearcats on the stop. All new folks out there for Ruston right now. Up by a score of 61-0 over Eldorado. Coming up to the 9-minute mark left in this football game. They defeated Eldorado last year by a score of 49-0. Here comes Baker. There is just nothing there over this left side as he is pushed back and driven into the ground by about 7 or 8 Ruston Bearcats. And let's see, getting up, we see big number 77, Chuck Mason, and also back in on that stop is Craig Ellis once again. It'll be second down and still about 10 yards to go. No gain at all on that play. Let's see, other players out there. We see Chris Winley also out there on this defensive unit for the Bearcats. And other players, we'll pick them out as we can get them for you. Second down and 10 on a pass play from Willie Baker. Out to the right end, who was split out to the right side. Let's see if they're going to call it a reception or not. Apparently it was. Gain of about 2 yards. That was complete to Ray Buggs. Over defending for Ruston was Windley. And let's see, also number 48, Matt Kuzan. Number 32 is over there. That's John Christian also in the game. Third down and 8 yards to go for Eldorado. Ruston jumping back and forth. Willie Baker pitches back to his trailing tailback, and this is Steve Miller cutting up that right side, going down the sideline and out of bounds in front of the Eldorado bench, out across the 40-yard line up to about the 41, maybe to the 42-yard line, depending on where they bring it back in and mark it in the field of play. 7 minutes, 33 seconds showing on the clock. It's going to bring up fourth down and 2 yards to go for Eldorado at the Wildcat 41-yard line. They need to go to about the 44. They're closer to, well, actually about the 41 and a half.
Bob, with 2 minutes left, it is Wasman 12, Washita 7. Wasman 12, 2 minutes left, Washita 7.
The defending Quad A state champion Washita Lions in danger of being beaten tonight by that very strong Wasman football team. Flags are down everywhere as Willie Baker is caught and was fixing to be knocked down hard by Shane Coleman. Okay, flags are down. Let's see. And Ruston is motioning that it's going to be against the Eldorado Wildcats, and they'll step off 5 yards. Motion against Eldorado. 7 minutes and 2 seconds left in this football game. 61-0. The Ruston Bearcats over the Eldorado Wildcats here at James Stadium in the opening game, home game for Ruston for this 1990 season. Well, big doings in Monroe tonight. 2 huge football games over there.
Understand Washita is driving with those 2 minutes left, trailing 14-7 as mentioned to Wasman, as Washita driving and Neville leading 21-14 over Marshall.
Here comes Willie Baker. Baker looks for a receiver. Downfield, incomplete. Intended, he had his man wide open down there, out here in the left flat, and that was Frederick Ingram. But he overthrew him, and the ball will turn over to the Ruston Bearcats with 6:33 to play in this football game. Ruston up by a score of 61-0. And let's see who will be coming in. Jamison Schultz. Jamison Schultz once again trotting out onto the field, and he'll lead the team from the quarterback spot. We see other players out there, Michael Vosberg, and we'll try to pick them up as they come. Number 65 coming in, Larry Allen. He is a 6', 210-pound junior. Also, here comes Shane Coleman, 6'1", 235-pound sophomore. From the full house straight T backfield at the 38-yard line of the Eldorado Wildcats, the Ruston Bearcats bring it to the line. First down and 10. 6:05 to play in this fourth and final period. Ruston up 61-0. over the Eldorado Wildcats, the number 1 ranked team in the state of Louisiana against the 6th ranked team in the state of Arkansas. Give it off over this right side, fighting for yardage down near the 35-yard line. And boy, that was a fight and a half, and about 3 or 4 Eldorado Wildcats finally got him down on the carry. That was Danny Young. And a whole host of Wildcats were in on that stop. And just one of them was that big number 76 out there. And that, that is Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones. Gain of 2 to the 35-yard line of Eldorado. Second down and about 8 yards to go. And give it off over that left side, finding some running room inside the 30, down near the 25-yard line. And let's see, I'm not sure. We'll have to pick that number out. That is number, let's get him as he comes back, number 84. And that is Ryan Dick on the carry. Let's see, number 82 is coming out. That is Michael Vosberg. And number 28 back in, Sterling Richards for the Bearcats. First down and 10 yards to go at the Eldorado 25-yard line. Here they come up to the line. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in this football game. Jamison Schultz, the quarterback. Full house backfield. Everyone in tight behind Schultz, taking all the time he can take before they snap this ball. Schultz rolls to this right side. Schultz is just going to come back and fall down at the 42-yard line and trying to kill time, and that will be a loss of about 5, 10, 15 yards. Number 17 now, Bruce Collier is going to come in at quarterback, and Bruce Collier is 5'10". Nope, he's not coming in at quarterback. Schultz will remain at quarterback. Bruce Collier came into the game. Also in is Danny Young, number 27. And now let's see what they will decide to do. 3:54, and the clock moving along. 61-0 our score. The Bearcats over the Wildcats. It's second down, and they need about 35 yards, somewhere in that vicinity, in that neighborhood. And waiting once again, using all the time they can to snap the ball. Give it off to number 84. That's Ryan Dick again over the left side. He's inside the 40, down to around the 38-yard line of Eldorado. That'll kill some more clock, and we'll move it on a little bit closer to shutting it down time. 39-yard line of Eldorado. That's where they've got the ball marked. Marcus Jones once again on that stop for the Wildcats from Eldorado. Schultz remains your quarterback. 3-minute mark coming up in just 5 seconds. 61-0. It has been all Ruston here tonight. 7-0 this football game was at the end of the first period. It was 40-0 at halftime. We're now 61-0 score. Here come the Bearcats. Give it off up the middle, and almost breaking it goes number 36. And that is William Alphonse. Alphonse almost broke another one wide open as he carried it over that left side and found some running room. Rick, this looks like he's going to be an outstanding football player here for the next few years at Ruston High School.
Yeah, that's true indeed. He's got to go behind Malcolm in the backfield in Payne this year, but he is to go that deep and to find Alphonse, just a sophomore, and not giving up much talent. You got a jewel coming ahead.
He apparently has got already over 100 yards just in this second half himself. Okay, fourth down and about 8 yards to go, actually about 8.5 for the Ruston Bearcats. And Schultz gives it off to Ryan Dick over that left side. And Dick's down around the 20-yard line, and it will turn over now to the Eldorado Wildcats on downs. And that was all Ruston wanted to do, kill some time on the clock and get it as close to the end as they possibly could, because the last thing Coach Chick Childers wants to do right now is put another score on the board. But with these young fellows out there, they're playing as hard as they can play, and they want to impress. You certainly can't tell them not to add more points on the board. But Ruston turns it over, and the Wildcats will take over with the clock running with 1:25 to play in this football game. 61-0, the Bearcats on top of the Eldorado Wildcats. And stay close. We hope to have a couple of final scores from Monroe for you before we leave here tonight. From Washita and Wassman, and from Neville and Marshall, Texas. Hand off to Well, this was Steve Miller once again, and no gain at all on the carry. It will bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 20-yard line. We've got time for a couple of more plays as the clock is running. We're heading to the 50-second mark. 61-0. Ruston with 33 points in that second quarter, and that really broke it. Here's a big play, almost broke for Eldorado, as they almost had some points on the board that time. Number 18 on the carry, that's Nicky Baker. And he was hauled out in the backfield for the Ruston Bearcats by Terrence Brantley, and they almost broke that one late in this football game. 28 seconds and counting. This could be a fumble on the play, and let's see. I believe the Ruston Bearcats have got it underneath out there. And let's see, they do, or do they? Yep, they do. 15 seconds to play in this football game, and Eldorado's last chance for points has just gone by the wayside, as the Ruston Bearcats just need to get one more snap, and mercifully this will be history, as the Bearcats have just totally dominated Eldorado here tonight, winning it by a score of 61-0 with only 15 more seconds left in this football game. And as we have said so many times already, this game was 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. An outstanding football game for one period. Ruston took the opening kickoff and marched it downfield. They had one 15-yard penalty assessed against them, and that's the football game. But they went in to score, and it was 7-0 after one. But this thing winds up Ruston 61, Eldorado nothing. Well, stay with us. We'll be back with a wrap-up and all those final statistics for you in just a few moments. But first of all, we're going to take a break. We'll take a break